last we left you folks, we had a harrowing adventure with this fella here, the false Hydra. That you can look in the Discord stream I'll pull up pictures there when I've got them. Um, yeah, we've got had a brutal fight with a dark resident of the deep sewers of Hird. Y'all came to this city. Y'all investigated. You poked and prodded around until you found your lost party members, uh, where a brutal fight ensued, and barely were able to save everyone's lives with help from a little bit of divine intervention with the good old Vevin calling in help from Tamora, her new god of good fortune, who let her know that in exchange for questionable odds later, she could turn the odds in the favor of her friends here. Um, and even with just a small, slight nudge in this direction and a nudge in the other direction, barely getting one person's foot just a little bit different, placing someone a little bit in a different place over here, she was able to turn the tides of the fight and shift it in everyone's favor. And after finding the huge weak point, the glowing red critical hit spot of the false Hydra, one might say, y'all were able to successfully, just save this town from what could have been a terrible fate. You look around at the wreckage that is left, a limp Hydra hanging from this kettle, bleeding black blood everywhere. I believe many of you are on death's door. Horatio, we're going to go ahead and say, is so injured that he's just catatonic at this point. Barely, he's just suffered so much damage that he's not at zero. But for sake of both, for flavor from what he went through in the last session, and just to make up for our friend, Steven not being able to be here this week, just a little bit out of it. So I'll go ahead and who does anyone remember who struck the final blow of our fellow the Hydra?
I don't know. I do not. Lysander was given a proper rip roaring, and I searched for and Lysander searched for the false hydro pearl, which apparently doesn't exist, which is kind of a scam. Lysander thinking he's very much in the guts.
Lysander's ripping through the guts. Tell me how is Lysander looking through this Hydra? Like what are you doing to try and loot this? Just 7-headed, lots of neck, lots of mouth, lots of teeth. Like what is Lysander doing here?
Well, proper disinterested abandon, right? He doesn't care much. He's just whacking away with the sword because he's ankle deep in that pot, right, where it all spouting from, and he's like, oh, the pearl has got to be in the center here, and so he's just kind of digging through the guts bodily, just really getting nice and gross. And he's already thrown Arthur out of the pit, out of the thingamajig.
Y'all see poor little Arthur has been like not eaten by the Hydra. It was like he was almost like kind of like wrapped up in multiple just like plops of flesh, just like, oh, well, thank you very much. I appreciate it very. Wow! And Lysander just tosses him to the side as he's like looking at something. Not what I'm looking for. Harrison. Harrison, you've just seen one of the most terrifying sights you've kind of ever witnessed. Both like a group that you've never met before, kind of taking this thing on and kind of teaming up with them. What's going through Harrison's head right now?
I think Harrison's pretty concerned that Moose still hasn't shown up. But beyond that, I think the first thing that kind of popped into his head is he seemed very untrusting of this crew. Just because it seemed like kidnapped, pulled out of a bag. Not a lot of questions were answered, and they would just kind of go right away. So it seems like he's a little bit more trusting, but still kind of on the fringes of the room right now. Like writing himself after he has faint memories of almost dying and then barely making it out. So he's wary, but he feels a little bit more secure in this crowd of creatures right now.
Okay. And so, you're faced with the, I mean, all of the cult fanatics are completely slaughtered. Like y'all have completely rolled through this. You still have like sewage is everywhere. Like this Hydra is not exactly a clean being, especially with Lysander just ripping through shreds. Does anyone? Is there anything anyone still wants to do while they're in the while they're in the cavern?
Lysander's going to pretty disinterestedly give up on this search for the pearl, muttering about false advertisement, and finally come out there, start looting some of the corpse guys, see if they got any good stuff on.
Sweet.
Um,
Go ahead and give me what are you? Yeah, describe how Lysander goes about like what like loot when you say looting these bodies. Describe what this looks like. What are you looking for? How are you doing it?
Well, so reverse checks there any pocket they have for gold trinkets. But you're looking for money here. He's not really looking for secrets about what happened. He's pretty moved on from the plot line here of this kind of case. He's kind of grossed out. He's like tired. Like, oh well, yeah, we killed the monster. Great. Looking for money.
Lysander totally checked out. Just like sees a scroll like tied up with ribbon, like labeled super important. Definitely don't like throw away. Tosses it into the sewer, just like just completely ignoring anything that could be useful, and is looking for gold. Go ahead and give me an investigation check.
Yes, sir.
Can Vevin also start following behind him to look for secrets?
Sure, go ahead. Go ahead and give me a investigation check, please.
Oh, I got a 10.
A 10. Okay, without a 10,
I got a minus for investigation.
I'm sorry, Squid. Say that again.
Chris said oof, and I was like, hey man, I have a -1 for investigation, so a 10's pretty good.
Pretty solid. Pretty good job there. Okay, yeah. And so on a 10, you're working your way through these, their coin purses. They weren't wealthy by any means, but there are a lot of them here, and you do notice that there seems to be like a ragtag like collection of kind of accoutrement, like different coin purses, and it looks like they kind of were collecting from what the fighter did. So you probably find enough for each person in your party to have about 10 gold pieces. So
I do not keep this.
Say
I
again?
keep them.
All right.
To be clear, I'm not sharing.
You have to use both. Drake, I have a question for you, gameplay wise.
Yes.
Or just
absolutely.
are we lagging for you?
Just barely, not a whole lot. But there's a little bit.
Okay. If it gets unbearable, let me know because I can kind of see in the image.
Yeah, there's like a little blur, like a little bit, but it's not nothing crazy. The biggest thing is the sound.
I will say Vevin rolled a 21 on investigation behind Lysander.
21 on investigation, golden. On that,
And she's not
not looking for gold. Okay, even with the 21, I'll say like you grab it easy. You grab an easy 10 gold pieces. Just like look, like just like the stuff that he missed. Stuff tucked in boots, stuff tucked away, like things that Lysander was moving quickly. He just completely missed. So you're able to get it. But you also find. So tell me with the 21. Tell me what you're looking for. You're looking to learn more about these. Like what happened with the Hydra, or are you looking more about? Tell me what Vevin's looking for.
I think Vevin's looking to understand the cult's purpose here. Like the connection between the Hydra and the town.
Okay. Very good. Okay, so while you're sifting through these the clothing and everything on these, one cultist got away, but all of the others seem to be all collected here. Like they're like you've pretty much like between here and the hallway, and I'll say like with the 21, we'll even include like you maybe go back to the people like the where you originally had that fight in the hallway. Do you remember what I'm talking about?
Mhm.
So you actually go back, and between that, you actually start to piece together. Like you find like like a scroll of prayer on one that like delineates like the details of their worship. So things like always keeping the earmuffs on so you never forget the Hydra. Like so that you're always in the know. I mean, it's a lot about like their whole religion started kind of going around this idea of knowledge is power, and the corruption being wiped out, and the evil, the Hydra purges those who don't belong and brings them together, and you start to get like piecemeal this history together. And on a 21, I'll say you can kind of you're more successful at kind of parsing the fact from fiction. And as Vevin reads this, you start to see like a terrifying tale of a small town. So not a Hird, not the city that you're in. A tiny where this Hydra began, and the Hydra wiped out the town, and as it did, these cultists formed around it, and decided that it was there to purge the non-believers, and was able to do so in a way that was ridding people of sin by wiping away their sin completely. And essentially they attributed the Hydra's ability to consume people and then force people to forget that their existence ever happened as like a righteous retribution against them, like a wiping them from the earth and wiping their sins so completely that it went from people's minds even. So they started to believe this whole sin. And I'll let you like on. You did get it over 21. Give me another religion check.
I got a fat 9.
Fat 9. So on a fat 9, I will. Yeah, you don't really make any connections to like your god or like any like real religion. You do know that there's like this weird. You do notice there's like there's a strangeness to the religion. Like you've never heard of a god being created. You know what I mean? Like it's not normal for this kind of thing to happen. Like gods are real in your world. Like it's not a matter of do you believe, or like it's not a matter of faith. It's a matter of who do you believe in. Like who do you believe? Gods walk among you. So for it, like this is very strange. I will say through your investigation, one thing you notice is because the Hydra absorbed the memories and the sin of those that it took on, what ironically was happening through the cultist worship, and the cultists like essentially feeding them what they believed to be sinners, corrupt politicians, graft, people that were living in sin, like sinful beings. The Hydra started to take on more and more of the attributes of those people. And what they attributed to like a discrimination of like sin, the Hydra was just feeding, because that's what it does. So on a 21, you're able to piece all of that together from different journal entries and prayers, and like there's no like definite history or a Bible, but you get the feeling that they were creating one.
Okay, awesome.
Is there any way to siphon this knowledge that the Hydra was siphoning from the dead Hydra?
Give me what does Harrison want to try and do? What does Harrison do to try and make that happen?
I think he's gonna picture this. I think he's gonna go up to one of the Hydra heads and take his like rabbit head and like put his forehead against the Hydra head and like wrap his ears around it and then just like stare into it and try to commune with it with 0 Arcana ability. But that's what he's trying.
Give me a flat Arcana check with disadvantage.
All right.
My sender didn't know what was going on with this rabbit. He's really schemed out now.
With disadvantage, I got a 5.
5. Harrison, as you put your head to this Hydra's head, you wrap your ears around the Hydra and you begin to hear nothing because you've stopped your ears with a Hydra head and just can't hear anything. And now you have your ears are covered in Hydra blood. So you're have mangy fur.
Gnarly. All right, cool.
All right, cool. Okay, well, yeah, as y'all kind of wrap everything up, y'all, you go in, you find a couple of things about the Hydra, and y'all, I'm guessing y'all, what do y'all want? Y'all head back out the way you came, or do you hang out here and look into anything else?
I think we're gonna head back up where we came, but I think we should stop by the town and see if they'll give us anything for saving them.
Oh no!
Or we should let them know they've been saved.
We should let them know they've been saved.
They haven't been.
But what if they haven't been saved?
Well, then I guess we should leave.
Does Bevan know if the thing that snatched Arthur was the Hydra?
Yes, you would. Yeah, you would know that. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Okay, you know what? I guess we're heading back.
Yeah, Harrison doesn't even really know the goal right now, but he's pretty horrified, so he's just gonna kind of follow until he finds Moose, and then he'll blaze his own trail at that point, I suppose. Make his own decisions at least.
Yo, Harrison, you're looking down, man. What's up?
I don't know.
I would say as you leave, y'all happen to notice Arthur, like looking into the tea kettle, and he like makes a face, and then he kind of like walks, and he like almost pukes. Ooh, oh god. Oh well, yeah. I don't suggest looking into there. Oh goodness gracious! And he walks off, and he starts following all out of the sewer.
Oh, I kind of like this.
Chris.
He looked into the tea kettle that Lysander was wading through previously?
So Lysander was, he was. Oh, go ahead.
No, that was it. It was just
Yes,
like Lysander.
Yeah, the one that Lysander was like cutting up, and the one like, I mean, Lysander was also like looking through the heads and the necks and stuff. But yeah, he looks and he starts walking off. Okay.
Wait. Does anyone think we should go down the sewer?
Like swim to the bottom?
Like, you know how there's a well under where the hydro pot was?
Yeah.
Didn't one guy swim away down there? Did that happen last? Yeah. Should we? I mean, how's everyone doing health-wise?
Health.
You've
I'm
done
not
health.
great. I'm 8. I got good athletics. I don't know if that translates to swim-wise.
Lorraine, what's your health at?
My health is garbage right now. I'm at
Oh, we can't hear Kelsey, Trey.
Ooh, Kelsey, they can't hear you. Maybe go to your Discord settings.
Oh, it's your constitution.
That's what was swimming is.
Almost
That's
out.
how long you can hold your breath.
That makes sense.
But I'm also saying I'm start spell slot.
Something like, what do you think's down here in the sewer?
I don't know. One cultist got away. He jumped.
Also, water kept pouring in and it never filled up, so
There's an L.
it goes up somewhere.
Oh, like we could ride a boat through the sewers.
Well, but I'll be so transparent with you guys. I've got one second level and one first level left, and then I just have spare the dying.
I have 3 spell slots, but I can only use them to revive Moose.
Awesome.
That's my only ability.
Oh.
I'm very
Kelsey,
niche.
it looks like. Sorry, guys. It looks like on mine you have yourself deafened. There you go. Wait, I think whatever you did, I think might have fixed it. No, wait. Try it again. Because it looks like to me you're muted. Now try.
Steven wasn't here.
But yeah, I'll send him a picture. He said he'll try to show up after his.
It isn't on my screen now. Maybe.
I eat them raw.
Let me come
Typically.
over there, try and fix it.
Is that done?
The answer's drinking.
Is it tart?
A little bit. Not much.
Yeah, I think they're probably fine. They want to be pretty good.
Not hard, but like, I don't know, not hard. Yeah.
Those are solid.
Check, 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 check.
Those are good. That's pretty good, yeah. That's actually really good.
You had it muted.
I don't think
That's it.
yeah, that's pretty good.
Yet.
Aye, Captain.
Well, I don't really ever touch that button, so I don't know how that happened, but here we are.
Nice.
Okay, anyway, sorry. My health is not good. I have 6 hit points left. Out of 24.
Oh, it's a 6, 7, 8. How much HP is that now?
He has 18 out of 21. I was with the god the whole time, guys. I was in the battle.
You want to explore? It's been a long rested.
Okay, I saved you guys. You didn't see it, but it was really cool. I was like playing with the strings of fate, okay?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind swimming down. I feel like Harrison's
Should we
a
long rest for it?
scrappy lad. I don't want a long rest in the sewers. That's icky.
Right, but if we go out, I'm afraid, what if we can't
We get short rest. Maybe a little campfire in the
use a
sewers.
short
I don't even know.
Let's use some hit points.
You have to roll die for.
How long is a short rest, Drake, in D&D?
Short rest is at least an hour.
I feel like we could hang out for an hour.
We feel
Catch
good
up on what Evan's been through. Does that count as a short rest if we're like?
if I tell them the whole saga with Tamora in excruciating detail.
Excruciating. Yeah, spend an hour talking about tomorrow. Yeah, that'll be a short rest.
Okay.
Well, as y'all settle in, what y'all notice like while you're near. So go ahead. Anybody that wants to give me an investigation check can.
I will.
So Will.
I will also.
And
14.
10.
mid. We all got mid.
Wait, Lysander, do you want to investigate?
He's playing the one.
Do you want to investigate, Lysander?
Nice. Well, yeah. With anybody who got 10 or higher, you look at the tea kettle, and as like from when Lysander like stabbed the out of it, like wrenching through it, ripping in front, y'all see like the blood dripping down and like falling into the sewer and like draining out of this essentially like just globular flesh as it like gets smaller and smaller. You start to see runes all around the inside of the kettle, and anyone that wants to can give me an Arcana check.
Probably you then. Is this?
I had a dirty 20.
Oh wow! All right.
Dirty
15.
20, okay, and a 15. Yeah, both of y'all. Both of y'all are looking at it, and I'll say like from a religious, like I'll say almost Bevan's looking at it from more of the religious perspective. So Bevan, you notice that a lot of it is like religious scrawling, like we praise to the Hydra, protection, we will protect you, you will protect us, cleanse the world of sin, like that kind of like religious fervor type deal. But I'll say Lorraine, you notice like there's two different types of scripts. Like one is this religious fervor that Vevin notices, and like y'all are kind of like talking about it, but then there's a script that's a little bit older. Like you can kind of tell one was written before the other. And
In what language?
It's not an intelligible language. It's not
Okay.
it's more runes script, and one rune that is very clear to you that you with that 15 with that dirty 20, you can see a spider.
I was gonna say it's the spider again, huh?
Recurring in each of the incantations.
Oh no! Here,
Can I
the character?
Go ahead, Lauren.
can I do like a history check on this, like to see if I can go within the depths of my brain to see if there's anything that I remember about the spider?
Yeah, go ahead and give me a history check.
Nope, 11.
11.
So close to an 18.
Yeah, I've never heard.
No.
Like, this doesn't sound familiar. Like none of this yeah, really rings a bell.
You were lost, right? Apparently you're frozen?
Ooh no, I'm frozen. Check.
We lost
1, 2, 1,
Drake,
2.
by the way.
Yes,
Am
you're
I back?
frozen, Drake.
Check.
Yeah.
1, 2, 1, 2.
Frozen.
Oh, now I can hear you.
Am I back? Am I back? Am I
Back.
still
Yeah.
frozen? Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Now you're back.
All right. Okay. And with that dirty 20 as well, Vevin, I'll let you take a peek down the sewer. You can't really see much. It is very murky and very bloody. You do see a current running, but you can't tell at all where that's going. It's dark. You can tell that at 20 it'd be very risky. You're not really sure where it leads or if there's anything over there, and you can tell it'd be very risky for anyone to swim down there and not know where they're going, because unless you had unless you could, yeah, you would have trouble with knowing where you were going.
Okay, 1 second. 1 second, everybody.
I don't have anything that can help with it.
I
It'd be
got
great
it.
to be a druid right now.
What?
It'd be sick to be an aquatic
Hold on.
creature.
I forgot how to use desktop. Maybe beyond on the phone is really sick, so I forgot how my desktop looks. So bear with me.
No worries.
We're about to take. So let's just agree. Whatever we decide with this thing, we're probably gonna go take a long rest after. That's probably what's gonna happen.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay. And Devin, see the is.
I'm
Trey?
so sorry. The connection is garbage right now.
Drake said he's sorry, but the connection's garbage right now. I think he's working on trying to fix it.
Yeah.
There.
Oh,
he
he's on.
is.
Let me switch over to this.
Okay.
Okay.
Can
Hoping that it'll
I?
get better.
It looks better.
Let's try it.
It looks good. Can Devin see the walls of the sewer
Yeah, absolutely. What are you looking for?
down the hole? I'd like to place a portal
Please.
on the wall of the sewer down.
Okay. Is the other one active?
No, I think they're gone at this point.
Your microplane.
I mean,
Because she left the room that they would place it.
You go both ways.
I don't think they go away. Like they would stay. I'm pretty sure they would stay active as long as you stay within what? It's like 5,000 feet.
Oh.
Yeah, within 1,500.
I always thought that
1,500,
was
which
But-
is close to a third of a mile, which you wouldn't have gone that far.
I will say, I still need to expend a charge to move one or both portals. So
Okay.
I'm going to expend my last charge on the staff. Hold on. Oh. Why can't I work my stuff right now?
Someone else at night.
Yeah, I'm going to expend my last charge.
I feel bad for critiquing you.
Hold on. Use all my charges. And I'd like to place one kind of like, I guess on the floor is the closest thing Bevan has to a solid flat surface near her.
Okay.
And then one on the wall of the sewer.
Okay, and so one on the wall of the sewer. So like you're like aiming it down, like deep into the, like at the bottom of
Yeah.
the sewer.
Yeah.
Water comes rushing out of it like a fountain.
The wall of the bottom of the sewer. Like, if she can see the water running, she kind of wants to put it like above, like where the current is, like that brim.
So what you're seeing is like a well of water, like a deep. Remember, y'all would fall into it and be like swimming. So there's this well of water, like 20, 30, maybe even 50 feet of just water. And you see like different currents like rushing into it, feeding into this one spot, and like those aqueducts from above are still dropping water in and on top and down. So like this is a central feed that then feeds out everywhere else. So like there's like 50 feet of water in before you see like there are places where that water is running out of it. You don't see like a running water necessarily. You just see that there's like the water is flowing through this area.
Then she's not going to do that.
Okay.
I do not want to. What she thinks she does. I'm not going to do that with
Okay.
her.
Yeah, right. That makes more sense. I was very confused with what you were trying to do. I was like, okay, we can flood this room. We can flood.
No. I won't do that. I won't.
Okay.
Okay, Beth's ready to go. She feels good.
Let's go take a nap, bros. Come on.
Back to the village.
We can long rest outside of the sewers. 'Cause
For sure.
Yes, we should definitely not. We should long rest at an inn. Be comfortable.
It's noxious down here.
We should go check on the inn, yeah.
Let's go see how what's her name doing. That girl who can't keep clean room, can't clean it,
Yeah,
can't
my
keep it clean
bestie.
to save her life.
Whoa.
Sheesh.
What is?
Not a bad one.
Freaking A. What's going on?
Harrison's an ass in the silo right now. He's along for the ride.
Christy. Her name is
Yeah, it's not like
Christy.
we can go back out the way we came in.
Good name.
Christy.
It's like,
Thanks.
Give me 1 second, guys.
yeah.
Why?
Wow.
Oh, you bite them in half? I've just been going whole hogs. They're very good.
That's scrumptious.
How long have you put them in there for?
I don't know. Under 10 minutes.
Perfect.
Yeah, Drake, so I saw some shishito peppers in the store the other day. So naturally I had to buy them because when we got them in Park City,
Yeah?
and we just roasted them up for dinner, and they are delicious.
Love to hear that, dude.
Not recommended more.
Some of my files are missing, so give me a second.
You're all good, Drake.
No peppers? They're not even spicy. Here.
They said mild all the time.
There's like negative spice to them. You're good.
Yeah. So you might give a 1 in 10 or you like this spicy.
Yeah, Thai food the other day. That's for 5 out of 10.
Where'd
It was rough.
you go?
Konikas on Haywood.
Is that place we've been before?
Yeah.
Well, I know what peppers I'm going to keep behind. I think I want to roast them hotter for a shorter period of time. So you get more char, but they're like a little bit of pop to them.
You don't have a gas stove, do you?
No.
You can just kind of turn the burner on high and just kind of like hold the pepper over the flame.
Mm.
Get a nice char, but it's still nice and crisp in the middle.
Oh, I got a spicy one.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so we could have just sunk Molina with that one pepper.
Some of them are spicy.
What a fun lottery.
Mm-hmm.
No. I'm getting paid if I do that.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the whole.
The whole Malilla is holding spice hostage for cash.
So I miscalculated my proportions for the raviolis. Normally I get the family-sized one. I make 2 of them, and it's like way too much food. These are the regular sizes, and I made 2 of them.
I think this would be a perfect amount of food for 3 people.
Mhm.
Well, at least in the raviolis and stuff.
Well, it's raspberry on my sizing, and I was hoping for leftovers tomorrow.
Oh,
What's done is done.
I'm
Yeah.
soup.
Huh?
I'm soup. That's not that filling though.
Good point.
you work tomorrow?
This is a future Drake problem. I can deal with it. Cool. All right. Okay. So y'all head out of the sewer. Y'all go back to. It sounds like y'all are headed to Christy Barrington. Y'all walk into the Mended Spoke. You would to Christy and a absolutely just devastated. Well, I guess yeah. So Vevin, y'all walk in. Go ahead and give me an insight check. Yeah,
Everybody?
I'm trying to figure out exactly how.
I got a 7.
Oh, I got
And Bevan doesn't
Oh.
see
That's a 0.
anything.
You have -1.
That's Harrison. Yeah. Harrison's a fucking idiot. Dude.
Fucking idiot here. Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, y'all walk in and this place is
I got an 8.
ravaged.
Lysan?
Oh, sorry. Lysander got a what?
18.
18. Lysander, you see that the few patrons that are here, they're devastated. They're obviously each of them are dealing with like the memories of people that they never even remembered are like coming back, and the realization that comes with it is that like they haven't seen them in and days, weeks, months, even, and unexplained, and like have, for some reason, don't remember them at all,
Oh, that is rough. Wow.
or like they didn't remember them. I should say, like the memories are coming back of the people, but still to them, they're still missing.
Oh, is this an existing problem from before Harrison joined the group, or is this a new thing for you guys?
The people being sad?
Yeah.
They're usually pretty sad around us.
Oh, okay.
But we think these people are sad because of the Hydra.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, rejoice.
And
And the Hydra's no more.
And because we slayed the Hydra, young Harrison, we slayed this Hydra and, freed the town,
God's
Harrison. I think everyone has a memory back.
Oh, so now everybody's sad because they know what happened.
Now they know what happened.
Oh.
Okay.
Knowledge is burden.
Christy looks at each of you coming in and sees Vevin, and
Hello, Christy died.
No.
Is that Christy?
Mm-hmm.
as Lysander says that, Christy, like, you see Christy has like like an impromptu like bandage, her arms in a sling, and Vevin, you're all right.
I am.
Oh my god, I thought you were done for. Yeah,
got it back.
you and your friends sit, and she pours you each a glass, like fills it up, and she's addled. You can tell. I mean, Lysander, you can definitely tell she's addled. She's shaken, but she's just going through the motions of like trying to get things together.
So, Bevan knows that the cultists believe knowledge is power, right?
Mm-hmm.
She's gonna, and she really wishes a bard was here. I'm gonna try and address just the people in the tavern. Just kind of make her way around and tell them about the Hydra and the cultists, just so they have knowledge of it.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah.
She's gonna make.
Yeah. Go ahead and give me a persuasion check.
Oh, guys, that is not Bevan's thing. Does anyone? Hey, are any of my companions more persuasive?
I'm very persuasive.
Are you?
Oh.
Okay, Bevan's gonna give Lysander the script of knowledge and be like, "Hey, it's
Lysander's he's gonna sell this.
really
Okay, yep.
knowledgeable things."
Oh yeah.
And they know who killed the Hydra.
No, they don't need to know that part. They just dead.
The Hydra is dead. We should use passive voice to describe how that happened.
Yeah.
The next.
We can
Okay.
just say the
Hydra has died.
slain, and if they're like, who did it? Then Lysander, you can be like,
What is
me
it?
and my companions.
Okay.
But like, don't lead the grieving with
Oh,
victory. You know, don't do that.
thank you, Barrett.
Okay, go with a gentle fist.
Look at all these
Lysander.
people.
Carl, you need a persuasion check there, mister?
Yeah. Go ahead and give me a persuasion check.
Does he have advantage because I'm helping him? I'm like guiding him.
Yes, you can. Vevin can give you the help action here.
Roll twice and take your high.
I got 19 both times.
19. Absolutely. So Lysander's spreading the good word of y'all's group, like educating people for sure, but there's definitely an undertone of like, and we saved your life. Like, and there's definitely, no matter how Vevin like tries to keep him on track, there's always this like, and I cut the head off, and Harrison stabbed him with 2 scimitars. So like it's undertone, but you do get the point across, and you do explain to these people, and you see kind of coming across their faces, I guess on 19, like they are as they realize that the people that they were looking for, they were wondering, aren't coming back. Like that they've died, that they've been absorbed by the Hydra. The Hydra is no more. You do see a little bit of peace come over them just to know what happened. And
Can we say for Vevin has guidance, and I know it only works on one willing creature at a time, but can we just say it's like little touches of happiness as she follows behind Lysander
absolutely
into the group? Yeah.
Give me a straight luck roll as you cast guidance.
Guys, I made some messed up deals we need to talk about.
Is that your point?
And we just got a 2.
Oh.
Two.
I'm not.
You feel like as you're casting this guidance, like each time you do, there's like a sharp pain that like goes up through your hand. Like it follows the small bones of your hand that you're using with. It doesn't seem to like you can't tell whether it does or does not add any comfort, but yeah, you Christy speaks up as you're kind of wrapping up and oh my god, I really appreciate you know I can't believe something happened like this happened in our town. Like, you know, they say everything happens in a here, but we've never had something like this. I don't know how we'll recover. Oh my god. Oh my god. That's why I completely forgot about the broken mug. Oh my god, there's so many and you see her start talking about like the real estate agent that y'all talk to, like the patron, like her competition even. One of the broken mug, like and she tells you about the tavern, like that's the lowest of the low, like the really run down one, but like she was good friends with that tavern owner, and he's no longer here. Like he was taken. Um, she tells you some of these stories. Do you like what do y'all do as she kind of just talks through I would never would oh my god, like I remember Thaddeus. He always wanted a tavern. He grabbed the first one he could, and we told him it was a bad thing. I can't believe that guy. But he did it. He made something of nothing. So what do y'all do as she kind of goes on and starts to tell these stories?
I think Bevan listens and
Let's
just talks
end
to the queen.
Pretty disinterested.
Okay, so Vevin, as you listen,
But polite.
I would say Christy doesn't know Harrison.
oh yeah,
That's true.
yeah. I mean,
So-
there's-
Yeah, Harrison's not known for being quite the empath, but he hears that this other tavern keeper is no longer around, and he's very interested in the opportunity of taking over this tavern. So he kind of leans in and ear creeps up like Roger Rabbit style. And he's like, "So this other tavern. Sorry to hear about your friend, but it's up for grabs. Is what we're hearing."
I mean, if you I mean, it's nothing to it's nothing to raise too many sticks about. But if you're trying to stick around to here, then there are worse places to start a business. And I mean, a friend of Evans is a friend of mine. I can give you as many connections as I got, and I do my best I'll do my best to help.
Harrison is asking now, what's the name of this tavern, Christy? What's your tavern's name?
This is, and she points at a sign that has like a wheel of a wagon that's like a bit obviously been broken and wrapped up like almost like glasses, you know what I mean, that have like the that snapped and then that is broken. And proud owner of the Mended Spoke, just for good folks and always a good place for hearty fare and the sound of merry gathering. And as she says that, she does try to get the people in the tavern back to give them something to celebrate, and gives out ale. But yeah, the Mended Spoke.
Incredible. So Harrison is now speaking both to the party and to Christy about the opportunity to franchise and create a second location for the Mended Spoke, and perhaps create some passive income for the party here while we're out of town.
You wanna?
Instead of here to flex we just saved this place, you should let us reap some
You're
benefits.
just grieving.
And that was the time to get it.
My friend. Okay, Bevan's gonna sidebar real quick. Party.
I don't like you, Harrison.
Oh my god, Lorraine. This is you don't understand a bad idea. To take advantage of people's griefs in a town. Like, we have a bad reputation as a party.
Yeah,
I mean, we're.
yes.
Yes, it is a bad idea.
Well, he's not been with the group for long. He sees dollar signs.
Harrison,
He's a very forthright kind of fella, and he's only 3 feet tall, so he really wants some passive income.
but look around. You're gonna hang out with that dude. And she points to Lysander. That dude's all about making money.
Exactly.
So just stick with the party purpose.
He's in on the real estate.
Harrison, are you trying to leave and run this bar?
No, we're gonna have somebody here run it for us. So when we come back from time to time, we can collect the profits.
We.
That sounds complicated.
This sounds.
We'll outsource the labor. Also, if I
As you
decide to leave the party,
As you say
I
this,
do it.
Christy actually perks up and is like, Vevin, look, Vevin, I appreciate it, but you know me, I'm a consummate businesswoman. If you're looking to make a business venture, and she pulls out a book that's like this big, and she's like, you know, it's really not that hard to start a business in it here. Like, all you gotta do is, and she hands paper after paper to you, Harrison. Like, if you can sign a 10974 and file this with, you gotta make sure that it's in the correct county of the broken mug, since you'll be doing a transfer of ownership. Oh, transfer of ownership's actually different than purchase, and slaps another piece of paper, and then goes, and in addition to that, since it was during a time of grief, we can actually file a, file a 1031 foreign exchange grief counselor, and puts another paper, and she just goes into like, there's just a stack of paper. She's like, if you're interested, if you're willing to bankroll a purchase, we could definitely take. I wouldn't mind losing myself into some work.
Nice. So, antagonistically holding eye contact with Bevan, I think Harrison.
Bevan definitely knows the paperwork.
Yeah,
She
Harrison's just signing. He's just signing.
Hold on, Vevin, really quick, give me I'll say a history check. To know the documentation of a major city, but specifically of a Heerd.
Please. I want this so bad. Is it gonna be good? I literally got a nat 1. She doesn't know anything.
Nothing. These are Greek. Your little town, it was like, oh, you're selling stuff? Cool. This big city, it's like regulated, zoning.
Yeah.
You have to get approval from like 9 different wizards that only congregate on the 4th solstice of, certain years or something like there's a brief window. You have to pay tons of fines and fees in order to get and honestly, Vevin, as you see this, and it's so confusing to you, you realize how impressive it is that Christy has this tavern to begin with. The fact that she was able to do it, just blown away.
I love Christy.
She's about to have 2. Let's keep signing. Harrison's signing these papers.
Sign. She's just handing you one after the other. Yeah, just sign this one. Here's an operating agreement, and that. All right, and go ahead, Harrison. Give me a history check to know what you're signing.
I got a 16.
16. Everything seems above board. You gotta. You don't know. You literally know nothing about this. You're they're coming through fast. I mean, do you take time to read what she's putting down, or are you just kind of signing as they come through?
I'm signing as they come through. Sometimes missing the dotted line a little bit because he's just grinning so large that it's going over.
She's happily boom, boom, boom. Sign here, initial here, perfect. All right, well, it tidied up, and she puts that together. All right, perfect. I'm really excited. I'll put this together. We'll have the Gilded Rose running for its we'll have Gilded Rose's lunch by this time next year. But you and me, Harrison, and we'll take on the Gilded Rose by this time next year.
Incredible. He puts the paws together.
In a year.
I'll be back.
All right.
I gotta make a note.
Okay, so that's taken care of. I will say, those of you who were listening to her as she was kind of telling her story, she kind of talks through the whole town. Gives you, Christy isn't just a tavern owner. She's a businesswoman. She has different spices and things from different places. She incorporates different potions, and she goes to all the shops. So you hear about all the different stores that are around. You hear about the Arcane Beanery, which is a nice little coffee shop that she sometimes will get breakfast stuff from. You hear about the Alchemical Oddities shop, where she picks up a couple of magical potions and things. The Engraved Enchantment Emporium, Dragon's Trove Treasures, the Enchanted Epicurean, and kind of those are the stores she does business with, either for like some of the do any of y'all like perk up or like ask her for any details about any of the places?
Yeah, I'm gonna ask her any places here sell some good like armor or arms.
Um, well, oh my god, yeah. For armor, you probably either head over to Dragon's Trove if you're looking to spend a pretty penny, though. I only go there when I'm looking for some high class stuff. But you could also probably go head over to like the Engraved Enchantment Emporium. Triple E's, as we call it. Nothing's easier than triple E's. Am I right? And that's more smaller items and rings and things like that. But they're good for protection and armor and things of that nature.
So thanks for the overview. Probably go. Also, do you have some rooms we could use to sleep in?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. You can use the same rooms that you had before. They're still empty, and we're more than happy to keep you here.
Perfect.
So I'm gonna assume that we have grabbed Horatio.
Yeah, y'all. Well, look, we're gonna give you some grace with our friend Horatio. He's out of it. He's not really talking. He's not really doing much. But he's there. You did not leave him in the sewer.
So after
Oh gosh, I almost forgot. So as you're sitting there, bursts through the door, like scratches all over his armor, like scratches all across his chest, bleeding from multiple places, just bursting through the door. Sildar bursts through the door and is like, Vevin, oh Lysander, oh god, I can't believe it, I finally found you. Just covered in muck and sewer grime, and just stumbling back through. Sildar bursts through the door.
Sildar, clean yourself up.
Well, Bevan goes gentler to him, and she places a hand on his shoulder, and she casts Cure Wounds on him.
Oh, thank you, Vevin. It was terrible. Oh, you'll never believe the horrors that were in that sewer. I had to fight 3 giant rats all on my own. You never believe it. They were just these giant, thick rats, and they had faces with whiskers, and it was terrifying. I'm so glad you didn't have to face it, Vevin, and you all. I would have hated for you to have to deal with something so terrifying as 3 giant rats.
Bevan just validates him and tries to block her. She tries to use a small frame to block Lysander and Harrison's expressions. I'm like,
Give me a deception. No, I don't even know. Maybe you give me what you think would be good for that. Athletics, sleight of hand, deception, whatever.
Maybe it's like in a warped way. We could say it's like insight because she just knows Lysander.
Not gonna give you that one. Not when it's physically you're trying to. I'll give you persuasion. No, you're not. You're trying to essentially steer him. You know what?
Right.
I'll give you insight because you try to like guide him to the fireplace. Be like, oh, come sit over here. Like, don't worry about it. Like,
no, for fun, Drake, I could do acrobatics.
Okay,
I think because I'm bouncing around, so for fun, I can do it. Maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. What do I get? I got 4.
4. Okay. What is going on with Lysander and Harrison as this is going on, and Lorraine?
Lysander's embarrassed for Sildar because he held him in pretty high esteem for a while, begrudging esteem, and now he's just like this guy. What's he even doing?
Yeah,
that's not anything though.
I think similar from Harrison. When he first saw this guy, he's never met this dude. When he saw him walk in, he was like, "This guy's been through it." Then he said 3 giant rats, and he just completely turned his back to him, dismissed him as a human, no longer assumes that he's even important of regarding at this point.
Roger that. Yeah. So y'all turn away from him, so Sildar doesn't even see y'all. But Sildar starts to talk to Vevin about, what he was down in the sewers. Vevin, give me insight check.
Hell yeah.
Jack and Rats. Killed the Hydra.
I got a 16.
16. His wounds can't just be from rats. Like you see necrotic. You see like deep wounds that couldn't have been caused by rats.
Does she think he's lying?
On a 16 insight, no, he looks earnest and true in what he's saying.
Can I do a medicine check on him to see if I can identify the wounds?
Yeah, give me a medicine check.
Mage rats.
That's
Hello, wizard
an
rats.
11. I just got an 11.
11. What was that? Is it medicine?
Yeah.
You can tell. I'd say on a 11. Why not give me another insight as well? That actually might be better here.
Another one in addition?
Yeah, in addition, another insight.
That was a 23.
23. Okay. With like you don't really know these wounds very well, but like I said, you can tell like some are necrotic, some are like slashing, some are just from the way that he's telling his story, you can tell Lysander's not fully recovered from the effects of the Hydra. Like y'all left and like didn't notice what happened to Lysander, and like he wasn't around. Like y'all went through the portal to chase after Arthur, and we're like going around the corner, and there were all the traps going on, and there was a lot going on. And you don't know what happened to Lysander, but you can definitely tell like and I think from looking at Lysander, you start to look at everyone, and it's not clean and cut. Like just because the Hydra's gone and the song is gone, it seems like there is for some people, like not everything is coming back, and it's something you wouldn't have noticed but you know Lysander, right? So like you were able to tell with him and the discrepancies in stories, like kind of what Lysander was thinking. It said is like I had this begrudging respect for this guy. He was a fighter, but all of a sudden rats, like this is this couldn't have been done by rats. So you start to put that together. That it's not as yeah.
On that note, I'm gonna bandage him. Can we say I was kind of bandaging him a little as I was like listening?
Yeah, we'll call that your cure wounds. Kind of like that's where you're.
And then I'm gonna go to Christy, and I'm gonna be like, "Hey, Christy, I hate to have somber talk after somber trials, but I slide her Agatha's little propaganda. I'm gonna be like, what is going on with this?
So
what is going on?
You slide the post that was like, meet us down by the river?
Yeah, because I went, and I'm a pretty good looker, and I was not seen.
Oh my god, you went down to the river? Oh, how's please hold. You ever get your playing characters that are just like, hey, here's this thing, and you're like, oh, I have it, let me go get it. Where is it? Give me 1 second. Oh yeah, how's Aurora? You went down to the river. How's Aurora? How's she doing?
Is it the laundry ladies? Or I'm looking for the religious. Group.
Yeah, religious at the river. Yeah,
I couldn't find them. I just found ladies bathing and like doing laundry.
Bathing? Nobody's been bathing down at the river. No one's gonna be
doing
bathing there. That's right in the public. That's in the middle of the square. That's a prime. Yeah, that's prime real estate. Yo, Aurora has quite the establishment down in the middle of the square. Such a beautiful place. Like there's fountains, and I think that's why she called her place the river.
It's literally okay. Thank you, Christy. I was being a bit dumb. I went to the river by the sewer. I thought that was the river.
Over the sewer. That place is gross. They tell you that water's filtered. Don't believe those fucking lies. Anyone that washes their, I don't trust a damn soul who washes their fucking clothes down the river. That's gross. Wash it in your house where we have our indoor plumbing somehow, some way, magic. You know how it is, Vevin. You know how it is. But yeah, don't trust nobody that's washing the clothes in the fucking river. No, go over to Aurora. She'll treat you well. Tell her I sent you. The river's a nice place. The river's a very nice place. A little preachy for me. I'm not gonna, but no judgment. You know, your third place is your third place. Wherever you want to hang out. I prefer a beer, but if you prefer a wafer cracker, whatever you tickles your fancy.
Yeah, thank you so much, Christy. I'm gonna head to bed, but I'll definitely be stopping by the river tomorrow.
Okay, so you're all right. So yeah, anything else that y'all want to kind of check in on before y'all head for your long rest?
One point of order.
Yes.
Harrison is here to interrogate Christy if she's seen a large blonde mastiff in the past few days.
So
Name
when you
of
say
moose.
interrogates, tell me what this looks like from Harrelson.
So he's a pretty aggressive bunny, but as he's like asking these questions in rapid succession, he starts to get a little like he breaks a little bit in his persona, and he's like asking them a little too quickly and not giving her time to answer to the point where it seems almost like he's manic in asking. And he just like his ears are drooping as he's not really getting any answers quickly, and he just seems very concerned.
Okay. Absolutely. Go ahead and give me a persuasion check, and I'll say with advantage because you're nice little droopy, because you're so cute with your droopy bunny ears.
18.
18, and also just because you did contribute to saving this town.
Nice.
She looks at you and she says, "Oh, you're missing a dog? Oh God, oh that's awful. I know how terrible it'd be. I haven't heard anything. I'll keep my ears out. But I haven't heard a thing, love. I'm real sorry. If I could help, I would. I swear to God." And you do get the impression, yes, she does. Yeah, I swear to God, if I see even a scrap of blonde hair, I'm coming to you. And she she pats your ear. Like she doesn't really know where to pat you because to go to your head is really far down, but she's doesn't really want to pat you on the ear and ends up doing a kind of a woo.
Okay. I think Harrison kind of jumps off whatever bar stool he was on. That's probably about the same height as him, and starts trudging with his hands in pockets back to a room, and his ears are kind of dragging on the ground behind him. He's a little downtrodden.
Little sad boy.
But he's going. Yeah.
To bed. All right. Anything else from the rest of the group?
Nope.
Harrison's
For me.
All right. Well, we're gonna head into So as y'all take your long rest, I'm gonna need everyone to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Oh,
I was about to be roll initiative.
Roll initiative.
Sorry, logistics question. Do I hit long rest and then wisdom?
Yes.
I got a nat 20.
Oh, I got 13.
Nat 20. Love that. Okay, yeah, nat 20. Anybody else get a very high roll?
Hold on, I gotta do it.
Okay, if you got under a 13,
Yep, that's me.
yeah, anyone that got under a 13, go ahead and
I'm at
really quickly just send me just like an X or something, or some sort of indication if you got under 13 on that wisdom saving throw. On Vevin with a nat 20, Vevin, I'll let you know you get on a nat 20 you need to make a straight luck roll. To beat a 10.
My God, please. We've been having beef.
I got a 10, Drake.
Thank you. Yeah, just send me an X.
I got a 6.
I can't.
6.
I really
Vevin,
hope tomorrow taking count of this misfortune that I'm taking.
you feel yourself being drawn somewhere, and you get a hazy image of like something, it might be like a human figure, like a just a human that is walking into some sort of like door, window, something, with a small like a smaller human next to the bigger one. And right as like things are starting to come into focus, it you see that twitch of color and it's gone. And you and yeah, and it's gone. So y'all wake up the next day. We're gonna do a little bit of essentially downtime, where we're going to spend most of today, like, you have the city to explore. The you know you got those, what you would call it, you got those places from those stores from Christie. But yeah, whatever y'all want to do in this town, like, y'all kind of have. I'll say, you've got Arthur. It's gonna take him about a day to get the wagon set back up ready, like get horses for the wagon, just doing regular stuff. So y'all have a couple of hours to burn in this city before you really can even logistically set out. But Arthur is off getting everything ready. But you have a couple of hours.
Cool. Lysander's gonna definitely go by that dragon's horde store.
That is gonna remind him to be agreeable. Okay, people don't love us.
Why not?
Well, I heard that we have a bad reputation. It hurt my
But
feelings.
who?
I'm not gonna say who said it,
Oh.
but I heard it from someone, and I just want us to have friends.
I'll be very kind to this dragon.
Ivan definitely remembers it was Sildar who said it. 100% knows who said it.
Did he?
He said that we have a bad reputation everywhere we go. We tend to curate a bad aura, essentially, around our party. Being disagreeable.
Okay, I'll be honest. I don't remember that happening, but all right.
Really hurt my feelings. She was not happy.
She was not happy about it. Okay.
She's like in that weird situation socially where you're like, you have two groups of friends and you're trying to get one to like the other, and it just isn't happening, so it takes a lot of weight on you. You identify with both of them.
So, do you go with Sildar, or
Devin's going down to the river, so she's gonna split and go to the river.
Okay. All right. So you're going to the river. Excellent. And so we'll go. We'll take Lysander. Does anyone else go with Lysander, or what are other people doing?
I don't know.
Harrison's in the back.
Chris is using the bathroom currently.
I love the frozen water.
Really good.
I am snacking.
Hey Chris,
Okay.
you want to go to the armor shop, bud?
So yeah, we'll follow Lysander for now. So Lysander, which store do you go to? Do you go to the Dragon's Horde? Dragon's Horde. Okay, you go to the Dragon's Horde. Absolutely. So you go here, and you walk in, and it's just a cavernous emporium, just absolutely huge, riches everywhere. Like, it gives the feeling of like the end of an adventure, like just hordes of treasures, and like just this abundance and richness, like gemstones, and just like every corner has like wealth and just glory. Like the word glory fits this this place the most. And just kind of watching from the back, you see. Give me an insight check.
Hey, 16.
16. Well, it looks like we've got a true adventurer here. And you see in the back, what you can tell with that insight check, this is a experienced adventurer. We're talking, they're a ranger. And so you can, like, you see them working on, like, he's got his bow, and he looks at you as he strings his bow and kind of like is taking care of waxing it and is really taking care of his items. And he's like, well, Looks like we got an adventure. Good to see you. Take a look around. Tell me if you got any questions.
And the man sure will. Thanks.
This is nice, Lysander.
This is nice. Yeah. Oh, and for the record, the storekeeper looks completely content to not have he's like, you're not gonna talk. Perfect. Like my least favorite part of running a store. All right,
Yeah,
so
he's gonna look around looking for some armor, some good threads. Yeah.
Some good threads. Okay. For armor, I will say the thing you kind of see really quick. All right, give me 1 second. I gotta pull up these items. All right. So you see some pretty basic basic armor that's gonna run. Like, how much are you looking? So you see pretty much 3 different kinds of armor. You see some leather armor, which I'm pretty sure is pretty similar to what you have, but it looks like it might be just a little bit have a little bit of improvement. You see some chainmail that is made up of some very special metals. You're not exactly sure what. And then you see plate armor, which is just like straight up heavy duty, looks sterling. You also see, I say, like, while you're looking around, you also see a cloak of invisibility. And go ahead.
No, you're good. I was just saying, well.
Yeah, and then you see like a couple of other items that if you wanted to keep looking around, you could investigate those as well.
Is chainmail light armor or is it heavy armor?
It's heavy.
Plate armor will be heavy armor.
No, chain.
Chain, that'll be medium armor.
Oh, I like medium. That sounds fun to me. But it's fancy armor. Hey, Mr. Man. Hey.
Yeah,
excuse me, Mr. Shopkeeper.
Stone.
Sir.
You can call me Stone.
Stone. Your name's Stone. Wow, that's pretty cool. Okay.
William Stone. You got a problem with that? Not my pick a name, you know? God, everyone told you you're a little abrasive.
Bill Stone, huh?
Yeah. We
That's a
got
good
a
name,
problem, Mr.
No.
Mr. Gold in their air. Mr. Bangles.
I think it's a good name. I'm sorry for the abrasiveness. I've been told I give it off. I'm working on fixing it. That's why we're actually in this town trying to do a little bit of a social tour to fix some issues. But anyway.
Social tour.
Not related.
Hey, you know what? I understood social graces aren't exactly my cup of tea either. But
we get along, huh, Mr. Bill?
I
get
did
it.
not say you could call me Bill. It's Ed Stone. Get it fucking right. All right. What do you need, Mr. Bangles?
Yeah, what's going on with this chainmail over here?
Oh, chainmail. Oh, that's a story, that is. Not to bore you to details, but let's just
Please
say.
tell me. Tell some story. Tell me some details, man.
Look, let's just say it's a beautiful piece of chainmail. Protects your chest, protects your body. But if you put an arrow in their eye, doesn't matter how good the chainmail is it?
For sure.
And he goes to say, yeah, it's made of it's made of like a pretty much precious metals, like a stone, like metals that you've never seen before. They're harder. Practically for your perspective, what does your armor currently do? Does your medium armor give you, is it +1 to your,
My current armor
AC?
is it's just AC 11, whatever that is.
AC 11. Okay, cool. So this would be an AC 13.
Oh.
Yeah.
Fancy. How much is this?
Why you give me?
This is mail here.
This one will run you 60 gold pieces.
Oh, sold. No
Sold.
bartering needed.
Boom, no bartering needed. That's my kind of guy. All right, and he gives you, he takes you, go ahead and note that down, 60 gold pieces. You go ahead and get yeah, you've got a chainmail, and the AC it's medium armor. You know, send me a message to remind me, and I'll get you an exact item description for you and send that over to you. Okay?
Is there
Um,
Cool, actually.
I don't have
Thank you, Josh.
any way to send you a message.
Like in Discord.
Yeah,
I feel like I'm handling it wrong.
I think you're done.
Josh is.
it'd be hard to.
You can send me a text. Like, just send me here. I'll just make a note of it. No worries, no worries. I'll take care of it.
armor pieces?
Just would have taken the bag. That would have been a huge
I didn't do it either.
plus.
It makes it get better. I
What?
was like,
Did I hear something about armor pieces? What?
Yeah.
Steven's here.
Oh, Steven's here.
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can
Yeah.
hear you, dude. Hey, look, Horatio's alive. He just needed to take a little sleep. He just needed to take a little sleep.
it's
Hey,
days.
am I with you guys or am I not with you guys right now?
He just snoozed his alarm for a little bit.
Yeah, it's fine.
Well, yeah, Lysander's by himself here. Actually, Horatio, is the plot, or the not the plot.
The filler episode.
Yeah.
Oh, you can't tell if I'm actually Horatio.
No, it's just looking at Lysander. He's shopping right now. The rest of us haven't been discovered yet in today's episode.
In today's
Oh.
episode.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
You're good.
Hey Drake, is
okay.
that scale mail or is it ring mail?
I believe it will be ring mail. Can you
The
tell
ring
me?
mail and chain mail are all heavy armor.
Scale mail is the medium.
Mail is medium.
What is it? Does it tell you the AC?
14 for scale mail, 14 for ring, and then 16 for chain.
All right, so you can do the scale mail and have the 14.
Let's go.
I think he won that bartering.
Horatio's actually also going to potentially be looking for medium armor as of last session because I just got some kind of proficiency with it, but I don't
Okay.
actually have it. So whenever that comes up.
Okay, so yeah, if Horatio wants to be hanging out here too, you know, Bill Stone turns to you and, oh, all right, Mister, got a guitar. What are you giving in here? You looking for a fucking music note? I ain't got nothing for you.
No worries. I actually forgot.
Here, Jack, you can finish it off.
However,
Speak up, mate. I can't hear you over this, like over the wind passing out my ass.
However, I would be interested in medium armor of different kinds if you have any spare in the back room.
Oh, different kind. I mean, your friend here got my best piece. I got a lot of heavy armor. I got a light armor. Let me see what I can find. Yeah, and you start looking around. Give me 1 second. Yeah, so give me an investigation check to see if you can find anything in this store for medium armor.
Can somebody roll a D? I'm in the car right now, but can somebody roll a
fair enough.
D20 and then
Yeah, does
add
somebody
3
mind rolling for him? Thank you.
and just add 3?
Yeah, I'll roll a d20 for you.
Well, you can have one of those, but also I woke up with a bruise this morning. I don't know where it came from.
And you said add 3 to it?
Yep.
You rolled an 8.
An
Okay.
8. Yeah. So on an 8, you know, he doesn't have any more medium armor that he can that is out there. I mean, you do see some absolute badass sets of armor. So like, there's an armor that looks like it's flickering in and out of like shadow, like you can't even see it. There's another that's crackling with electric energy, and there's another that looks like it's straight made out of dragon scales, like just like out of scaly armor.
How much? One that's just flickering with the light. That's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's beautiful, all right. That one took me. You got a good eye, you know. I shouldn't have counted you out, sharp eye. That's gonna be an easy 500 gold pieces.
Oof.
Oh,
Jesus.
wonderful. 500. Yes, excellent. Could I knock that down to 75 gold pieces per set?
So, he
Thank you.
laughs, and it does not reach his eyes.
Hell,
God, you bards.
hell of a bargain.
Just wondering. Just wondering.
Just wondering. Yeah, so
Very
he says, if 75 is what you're looking for, maybe we get you another set like your friend here. And he does find it like another set of scale mail, just like I wonder if, like, what armor do you currently have?
I've got light armor of some kind. I think it's just leather armor.
All right,
But
oh, go ahead.
oh no, you're fine. I'm actually about to pop in. I'm about a minute away from my computer, so I can have better information in about a minute 30 seconds.
All right, so I think he'd be able to get you a chain shirt, which
what? No, I actually don't know where it is.
So what's the
Well,
AC on? Let me know if you want a chain shirt. It'll be 50. Let me know if you want a chain shirt, buddy. It seems more in your price range. We can run you something like that for around 50 gold pieces. All right.
Oh, that could be. Wait, let me check with the treasurer real quick for this elaborate project, and I'll be right back with you.
Roger that, treasurer. Someone can't run his own finances. Okay. And all right, so we're gonna go ahead and go over to.
Looking forward to finding him. Harrison's too aggressive.
So, Lysander, do you look around? Do you try to find anything else?
Quick distinction.
Yeah.
What I thought, was it a chain skirt or?
A chain? No, it should be like chain mail.
If so, chain mail is like.
No, or scale mail.
Yeah. Okay, I got scale mail is what I got, which is the whole suit, not just the shirt.
Yeah, I believe so. Let's.
Going through our line there. Great to hear. Perfect.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's you get the whole set.
Practically not the mithril version of it, or even.
Preferably not the mithril version.
No, I'm just messing around. I don't think anything else about that I really need to store. It's got a decent sword right now.
Yeah, I mean, looking around, you see like there's some potions and other modifiers, things like that. You crap, where'd it go? Yeah, you see you see an elixir, and Horatio, you see these things too. You see, like, you can get a bag of holding, a cloak of invisibility, a sapphire dragon figurine, a transmutation tonic, or a potion of elemental resistance. Any of those, if you wanted more details, I can give you information on them.
Hey man, you shopkeeper, you got any swords, Mr. Bill?
Yeah, the fight. Bill.
What kind of swords are you looking for?
One-handed. I've got a long sword +1, so pretty.
Let me
decent.
see that. And he looks over your blade very well. Oh, looks like a little out of maintenance. Are you taking care of your blade after each of your fights?
Well, the Hydra guts kind of ate it up a little bit recently.
Oh, a Hydra. Oh, I remember my first Hydra. Those are quite a beast.
Well, it was a false Hydra.
A false Hydra, eh? Oh, okay. We all gotta start somewhere, eh? It's all right. You'll get up there eventually, mate. Let's see if we can find you something to help. And he looks in the back and starts looking for swords. And I don't think, like, how much are you looking to spend, mate? Let me see where we can find you.
400 gold.
400 gold, eh? All right. Well, I can find a couple of for you. And he brings 3 blades out to you. So
I swear to God, if Lysander shows up with a 400 gold blade, I'm gonna scream.
So you can get a swift. So there's 3 blades that he puts out in front of you, and he goes through them very quickly. One's a swift strike blade. This will be a very similar this will be very similar to the one you have. It will not have a +1, but it allows you to make an additional attack as a bonus action once per turn. And on a successful critical hit, you can immediately move up to 10 feet without provoking opportunity attacks. And that would be 250 gold pieces. You could get an Echoing Rapier. This would grant you advantage on acrobatics checks or dexterity checks to tumble or dodge. Once per short rest, you can use a disorienting strike, which would cause the target to become stunned until the end of your next turn on your successful hit. That would be 300 gold pieces. And then a Duskblade Dagger. This was crafted from darkened steel, exudes an aura of shadow. It gives you advantage on attack rolls when you are in dim light or darkness. And once per rest, you can cast the darkness spell centered on yourself without any material components. And that would be 200 gold pieces.
Horatio would like the Echoing Rapier.
The Echoing Rapier.
I'm about to find out if I have enough gold pieces because I don't think I do. But that thing sounds sick.
This one's going to be a good 300 gold pieces, eh?
Horatio was
What'd you say, Liza?
Xander has all our money.
yeah. I thought Horatio was a pacifist. I didn't think he used weapons. Martial
Well,
weapons.
the thing about it is, what was the first thing? It first of all, it stuns them, which is perfectly helpful to Horatio, and in doing non-lethal damage. And then the first effect was something else too, as far as the acrobatic effects to get out of the way of things.
Yeah, it grants you advantage on dexterity checks to tumble or dodge.
That's awesome.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So, oh shoot, that's sick.
How much gold did you
Give me a second. I'm pretty sure I don't have it nearly that much.
I'm almost positive you don't either, mate. Just looking at you. Look a little bit like a starving artist to me.
Well, sometimes we got to do things that pay more than just our material means, but also fill our souls.
Well, bring me a soul full of gold, and we can talk about this rapier, eh?
Lysander, how much? And Horatio pulls Lysander aside quickly and is just kind of blabbering quickly, but whispering. How much gold do we have to spare for the team? If you might have that, I've been eyeing this Echoing Rapier, and it would be quite a helpful tool for our adventures. And should you ever wish to borrow it, of course, I'd be more than happy to oblige. I think you'd look quite dashing with it. But before that, I think we should really test it out if possible.
Bill?
He tested on Bill. Everything's great.
No,
As you say that, you look over and you just see William Stone.
Harrison not there. That was gaming. That was not.
Harrison,
Wait,
He doesn't attack. He doesn't attack. So I'll just say, you can still see him. He's over practicing with a bow that as he shoots, it is like he's shooting one after another, and the arrow appears on the string as he pulls it back, and he fires one after the other bullseye again and again and again, and he's like not even really paying attention to it. He's like doing this, and he's like almost like it looks like he's doing inventory while he's like just pull like pumping this thing full of arrows. And so that's what you see as you get like this sense from afar from like a kindred spirit like floating in your head of like, oh, I could just, and then you look over and you just see this guy pumping arrows into the dead center chest of a dummy.
Unfortunately, Horatio, we don't have enough money for either of us to get the sword we want.
Oh, well,
I will
that
say,
is how it goes. I am familiar with the quandary.
do you remember how much do you have like the pearl and some of the other like special gems or any of those kinds of things on you? Because remember,
we got like things that are worth money still.
Because this would be one of the few places where those, like, you saw the gemstones as you came in.
Right.
Hey, Bill, my man.
He turns, like, looks at you with it still drawn and says, I swear, I know Mr. Bangles isn't trying to call me something that I explicitly told him not to. And as he finishes, he lets it go. And the arrow, like, you see it, when it hits, it, like, that one does a different type of damage. Like, something happens.
They were talking conversation.
We were free this guy.
What can I help you with, Mr. Bangles?
I've got
It sounds cool as hell.
I've got these garnets. I was curious how much these are worth.
Well, let me take a look. And he looks at the garnets. That's a great question. I think it's like 25.
How
gold
many do you
pieces.
have, Lysander?
Yeah.
Lysander, how many do we have?
Two.
Oh.
Looking at two. Oh, these are nice little garnets. Frick, where? I swear this is somewhere. Did you?
While Drake's doing that, Horatio, who is this guy that Horatio woke up to seeing and has all of this incredible gear?
So you went with Lysander to the Dragon's Trove, which is a merchant
Okay.
shop in Ahir. That Christy Barrington, the person who did the inn and everything, she told you about this place. It's kind of like the top of the line, best equipment ever, like kind of place, like literally Dragon's Trove, weather of stuff, and he's the proprietor.
Wow, this is quite revolutionary what we have here. What are you rolling stealth for?
That's my roll. I was not going with it.
Start rolling sleight of hand. Wait for that garnet evaluation.
So
Yeah.
the garnet. He looks over the garnets. He says,
D&D Beyond says it's 100 gold, bro. So you just say.
All right, yeah, I see you got two. You trying to sell? Yeah, I mean, for one of them, you trying to sell? Would you like me to buy each of them, or would you like me to take one off your hands?
Well, I was thinking we trade here for one of these swords here, plus some other stuff potentially.
All right,
I've also got this-
I can see these two garnets going for a duskblade dagger. I could make that trade. The echoing rapier for straight blade it's going to be a little tougher for me to want to part with those. They took some fighting to get the rest of them.
You mind if I talk with my compatriot here, Lysander?
You two love to talk. I feel like every time we start
we're
talking, next thing I
we're
know, your
just
backs
good
are turned
friends.
to me and you're having a little huddle. But all right, and he just goes back to just pumping this dummy full of arrows again.
Lysander, indeed, and he's gonna be whispering to not have anybody else necessarily hearing. But which of these fine blades are you after yourself, Lysander?
That Swift Strike one sounds pretty dope.
The which one?
The Swift Strike.
And I missed the description of that one. Oh, can you read that one more time? Drake?
A bonus action attack every turn.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
You guys, we need to combine 700 gold to get the two swords you want.
Would we?
The first sword would cost 400.
No,
and
the first
second
sword-
cost
yeah, the
300.
first sword
Swift
costs
Strike is
250.
250. Echoing rapier is 300.
I thought it went 432. Okay, sorry, I was not paying attention.
Hold on.
That's
Can I just have like a history check or an insight check on this William Stone guy to see if
sure
I
thing. Give me a
have
history check.
any, just like a history? Okay, I want to see if I have any kind of history that I would know about him specifically, or maybe a family line or anything that I could possibly do. Son of a. Hold on, wait. This is exactly what my feat is for. I'm going to spend a luck point,
Ooh, a luck point coming out for the first
which I
time.
have three
Okay.
of for the first time. Whenever you make an attack or an ability check or a saving throw, you can spend one additional d20. So I'm gonna try this one more time.
Whoa.
So I get 3 per long rest. Oh my gosh. Okay, that's still better. I got a 13.
Oh, speaking of
for
which, you
history.
did long rest. Horatio, I do need a wisdom saving throw from you.
Oh, okay. I got a 16.
16. All right, you're all good.
What is that? What is that
No
from?
worries. Yeah, just keep going.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Nothing
Oh, I
to
got a
worry about.
13. trying to just take a look about William
His-
Stone's his personage and his wares and his establishment. See if I can tell anything about it. Get a little
Yeah. So
information.
with that, I mean, with that 13, I mean, you know who this is. Like, you know of him, um, because of his adventures. So he is he's a legendary scavenger is kind of a is not the right way to put it, um, because he's kind of like he's a legendary. He's known for being an adventurer. He's known for, you know, the classic plundering of dungeons and like taking things like going on adventures and getting rewards, and knows how to, you know, he doesn't leave anything behind. He's known for being ruthless, like efficient, and he does things. He's also known for doing these things that should be impossible alone, because he doesn't want to split the loot with anyone.
Mm-hmm.
And he's known for that.
Interesting.
Yes,
A
he
lone
is.
wolf. Okay, I respect that. I'm gonna take my side still with Lysander a moment longer. Lysander, if you had to pick between these two blades, which would you most have your heart set on between this incredible lavish echoing rapier that could truly benefit the party in exquisite ways? And,
Hey, what's the echoing rapier let you do?
it gives you an extra. What was the acrobatics? It gives you better acrobatics.
Yeah, it gives you
and dexterity
advantage
for-
on dexterity saving throws to dodge, yeah, to dodge or tumble.
Okay, and then also it lets you stun them once per short rest. It leaves an enemy
Yes,
stunned.
once per short rest, you're able to do a disorienting strike.
Okay, that is just like perfect for Horatio's playstyle, to be honest. So, Horatio is
Like it
probably
was written
very.
for you.
So I think we should just get it for you, bud. You know, I couldn't support you more trying to kill people, trying over New Leaf. It's the only reason I could see you reasonably wanting a rapier, especially one that would take some of its resources from the party in general. So
Well,
I'd love to see you
right.
carrying some weight in fight with this really cool item. We get it for you.
Wait, hold on. You cut off a little. You said
Oh,
you
carrying-
want him to kill. You need to kill.
No.
kill
No, I would love to see you carrying a little more weight in these fights. You know, so he has this cool item. I support that entirely. I think we should just get it for you. What do you think?
Oh no! Now I'm not trying to. I'm not trying. Listen, Lysa. I don't wish to weigh you one way or another. It's very generous. I want you to think. And what do you think would be best for the party as far as the Swift Strike is quite an incredible blade. I must say it as well. It's quite impressive, and I think you'd look lavishly with it.
Well, yeah, but I wouldn't be doing cool flips like you would be doing with that.
But you can already do cool flips in many ways, in many respects, which I highly respect. I've seen your technique. And,
That's what I'm saying. We should get you the rapier because I haven't seen you do a single flip yet.
You haven't? Oh,
No.
well, we're gonna have to fix that.
Out of curiosity, Horatio, what is your acrobatics?
Let's see. It's +4. It's
Oh
decent.
shit! Yeah, okay, cool. Sorry, ignore me.
No, you're fine. You're fine. Do you want me to? And on that, considering that Lysander has not seen him do a flip at all, he says, "Well, check this out," and he just across the shop does a roundhouse cartwheel and do a backflip,
Give me an acrobatics check.
and he does a. Oh.
Oh no.
Wait, just wait. I'm trying to figure out if I want to. God damn it.
Umbrella.
Oh, no.
I've got 2 more.
No.
Do it! Do it!
I'm gonna burn it up.
For no reason. For no
He
reason.
got 17.
What does it look like as Horatio tries to impress Lysander?
The initial dismounting from going from legs to hands is absurdly awkward because he should have failed this cartwheel, but halfway through he somehow manages to accidentally slip on his right hand, catch himself on his left hand, land the roundhouse into a perfect backflip, and it ends looking quite magnificent despite the rocky start.
You know, Horatio, halfway through there, I was worried for you
Well,
So
that's
everybody-
part of the charm, isn't it? That's part of my show.
It's part of the
business.
charm. So how about we got these 2 garnets. You know, we give them to this gentleman. Hey, Mister Stone,
Arrow. Yes.
your muscles in your back look really huge when you pull that bow back. That's really
Yeah.
impressive.
You look
Very
absolutely extravagant. I must say,
Oh, you take on.
rock
You
that
take
bow.
on. How can I help you? What's up?
Probably some traps of stone. Tell you what. But I've got this gold earring with a gem in it. I had this into to the 2 garnets. Can we get that cool rapier from my friend here?
Now,
Who just
I'm
did-
sorry. What was the appraisal of the gold earring with the gem in it? Did you say?
I had not yet pulled it out to show to our associate here, Mister Stone.
Yes, I was just curious
look-
what we might appraise that for.
Look, everything all considered, I think even without the earring, I've heard, he was telling me, just got done defeating your first false Hydra, and just, good. I'm super proud of you. And Horatio, he gives you a very kind, but also very condescending tap on the shoulder, of like,
He accepts it.
yeah, it's like I love to see some adventures getting started. So those 2 garnets. You fancy the earring there, Mr. Bangles. I know it's got to be hard for you to get rid of a piece of jewelry, but we'll take that too. And we'll call and we'll and I can make the echoing rapier happen in your direction, in your favor.
And before we do that, I want to roll insight for what the. So that was for the 2 garnets and the earring. Is that correct?
Yes, correct.
Okay, can I insight check to find out or like see what he thinks the earring is worth now that he's seen it?
Or
rather,
give me.
I'll just be like, and what do you have such an exquisite taste. I can tell your elaborate storehouse here, all of your experience, and I've heard grand tales from you across all of Theodule. I just can't believe I'm meeting you in the flesh. Anyway. What would you say would be the price, the worth of this earring and gem piece here?
It's probably worth somewhere 20, 30 gold pieces. But honestly, you throw it in there. I'm willing to make the difference happen because if you're coming from my friend Christy, she's done me a couple solids. She sends me plenty of business. I'm willing to cut you easy for the rapier. And he looks ready to make a deal.
Perfect. Here you go, man.
All right, he takes it, and you get your echoing rapier, and go ahead and Horatio, go ahead and add this. I don't know if there's an actual item for this. We can skin it as a katana, even though it is clearly a rapier. We can skin it that way if you want.
That's just what I got in here.
Here's the description for you.
Here, I removed 2 garnets and a gold earring from my inventory. Correct?
Yes, please do. And then add that echoing rapier. Sydney, go ahead and add the go ahead and add that.
Horatio is genuinely stunned at this transaction.
Just the number of them you have. 2? Yeah. Not that bad. It's just 1. I have 0. I have 10 gold.
Is this Oh
That's
man. Hold on. Did we not hand him any gold whatsoever?
No. Lysander gave him what was it? I think 60 gold pieces for his scale mail.
Okay, beforehand. Okay.
Yeah. So
Gotcha. Okay.
So Lysander 60 gold pieces, 2 garnets, and that earring out of your inventory.
Yeah.
Sweet. That's a wrapped up transaction. Y'all. Y'all are done. Go ahead and Lorraine, what are you headed up to with your downtime?
I think I'm probably just kind of watching this all go down, but also like looking
That's what the
around,
ship will
seeing if
go
there's
off. It's-
any.
We can't hear you. I can't hear. Are she talking?
Oh, is your mute on?
You guys can hear her?
I'm
Yeah.
looking around, kind of seeing within this store if there are any like clues about people, clues about what might have happened. Like she's still stuck on what happened to her. Like, one, she's really confused. This is kind of going back to what happened with Sildar. She's really confused about how he ended up in the sewer. She's looking around just trying to figure out if there's something that she can figure out in this town about maybe why they were being targeted? Wasn't this the town that was being targeted by the false Hydra?
So you're just looking for like things around the city and stuff?
Sure.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I was more thinking in the store, but yeah.
So yeah,
Like observing people, observing like habits, I guess. I don't know.
okay, go ahead and roll investigation.
21.
21. Very good. Okay. So as far as like why and what the Hydra's talking to, after talking to Vevin, you get the feel like you kind of get an idea of what the motivations of the church were and things like that. So you already have that kind of tucked away, but as you walk around these neighborhoods, and Lorraine, you get this overwhelming feeling of just everything feels abandoned. Like there are so many, and you start to really realize how many people must have been taken by the Hydra. Like in only a matter of a couple of days, it was just ravaged. Specifically, one neighborhood that was around the sewer, just like, and it seems to be it was targeted because it was like you notice the houses are more run down. They're they're the windows are not like the windows are broken, and it doesn't look like that was the Hydra. It looks like this is just like a seedier part of town, and people weren't noticed missing very much, and especially tag that on to the idea of the Hydra, like what it does, being able to take this memories out of people's brains. You start to see that like no one would have noticed that these people were gone. Like they were so disconnected. So the reason it targeted this area was it needed to grow and grow quickly, and it was so densely populated in this city. And that's the feeling you get. Like with a 21, you start to put that together of like of all the cities, why the cultists packed up and like came to this city. It was not super close to their town, but it was so populated. They wanted to try and feed this Hydra as quickly as possible so it could grow and get as big as possible.
So while I'm in this area of town, on a 21, it would be safe to say like these people are not around. They're not coming back for their stuff. Like they're dead.
And I mean, a lot of the places they are like, hey, you can look in and you can see like some of them are just completely empty.
Cool. Can I also either like a perception or an investigation or something to see if there's anything that's left behind that I might find useful, like weapons, coins, anything like that? She's getting back to her true like survival nature of like
I don't fucking know.
pocketing what she can.
Okay, yeah, sure. Go ahead and give me a investigation check.
16.
A 16. Okay. On a 16, I'll say. I mean, this, like I said, this is the low, like this kind of scummier part of town. But you find like from scouring around, you find just random bits and pieces of money. Like just like I mean, there's so much empty. You find for yourself like I'd say probably around 20 gold pieces. It's a smattering of coins like gold, copper, silver, but we'll say like you can quickly just go exchange that for easy gold pieces like for efficiency later. Funnily enough, you do see like a couple of potions like that are just like they don't look like normal drinks. They look stoppered. You probably find 3 of those. You wouldn't be. Go ahead and give me a investigation or arcana check.
9.
9. Yeah, you wouldn't be able to know what they are just off the cuff. They do look like each of them are different, and like they obviously do different things.
Okay. Okay, wait. Go away. Okay, so I'm gonna take those with me and bring them back to see if I can like figure that out later.
Okay, yeah, no worries. Okay, so yeah, you've got some potions that could prove.
You said there's 3.
Yeah, you have 3 potions. And you get like you don't have it, like you can tell that they're magical, like that they're special, I should say. Like it's not like you're carrying around water. Like that you can tell that, but you don't know what they do.
Oh, we're called it.
Wait, what's going on? Why is this whatever. This is gonna be a bitch and a half to figure out, but okay. Okay. All right. So Lorraine finds her way through the slums, through the seedier part, picking her way through these memories. So I think we're gonna go ahead and go to we'll go to Vevin. You're what is Vevin heading out? What is she doing?
She's going to the river.
She's going to the river.
That she knows now not the river.
It is, in fact, at stopping in with Christy, checking in, realizing that it is a store. You go ahead and find yourself in a little shop called the River. Hold on.
Oh, I do want to say, Bevan, I don't know if I would have to buy this before going there, or if you would say I had some, but I do try and dress in black clothing.
Okay. Why don't we stop in at the... Why don't we... I think you would probably talk to... You'd probably talk to Christy to kind of figure out where you could get that. Why don't we could stop in at the Triple E's Engraved Enchantment Emporium. They've kind of got cloaks and different kind of clothing and things like that.
Incredible. I'll go in there.
Okay. Okay, give me 1 second.
They just have it. That's dangerous knowledge. It's like it was 6 elements. That's a lot.
Give me 1 second. All right, yeah, you walk in. You see, a plethora of just fabrics and obviously magical items. You see bracelets and rings and things of that nature. You see, a lot of magical things. Is there anything in particular that you're looking for?
I think she's going in with the intention of like a black cloak.
Just a normal black old cloak?
Yeah, I think if she sees something magical that might pique her interest, I mean, that happens to be there, that's it. But her main focus is getting to the river and like being respectful of the river.
Okay.
And she has black clothing, so.
Okay.
She's also going to sell her crystal ball.
You're going to do what?
Because turns out, Bevan's going to sell her crystal ball, because turns out she never needed it. She has an arcane focus coin in her inventory, if she looked.
Yep, if you just looked. Okay, so...
You want some gold?
Want
some gold?
I do. Yeah, Bevan kept money, too. She just...
So yeah, I'll say you see, you walk in, you actually meet Aurelia Sunfire. She comes over and says, "Hello, glad to have you at the Triple E's. Nothing easier than the Triple E's. We make it easy at the Triple E's. We fill you with a sense of ease at the Triple E's. Great to see you. What can I help you with? What are you looking for? How can we help today?"
Just a black cloak.
A black cloak?
Just a plain black cloak. Long. If it had sleeves, that'd be lovely. I like arm movement. And pockets. Oh, I love pockets.
Pockets. I love pockets too. You know what? We'll find you something that you're gonna absolutely love. So she takes you over. She starts pulling out cloaks and holding them up against your arm. What is Vevin wearing right now?
It has studded leather is her armor.
Studded leather.
So she.
Okay.
Yeah. And then she wears and this is just for flavor, this is not in her inventory, she typically ties like patchwork scarves around her waist.
Okay.
So she's like in her little leather like cat suit, I guess, and then her scarves.
Okay, so Aurelia looks at you and is like, I love this, I love this. Okay, so some patchwork, you're gonna be patching it with this. So a plain blank, we want something that maybe contrasts with that. She's holding up different cloaks to you, and tell me, like, what are you obviously an adventurer. I can tell you've got blood and guts all over you. No worries, we get it all the time. No, I'm not gonna call the cops or anything. Don't worry. But obviously an adventurer. What kind of things do you do? How do you fight? What do you need? What's gonna help you the most? Are you sneaky? You in the back? You up at the front in people's faces? Women energy. Woman to woman. Tell me what you do.
I'm a feeler. I'm like an empath. I'm just a feeler. I'm a big feels girl. Yeah.
Wonderful. Oh, so protection, healing. Oh, I love this. Okay. I'm excited. Okay, so she shows you 3 cloaks. She's like, this is simple, basic. You know what you're looking for. I'm gonna show you. I don't think it's good for you, but I'm gonna show you. This is a shadow cloak, and she shows you the most basic. Like, every adventurer wants a shadow cloak. It seems like everyone comes in here. I want to blend into the shadows. It's like, okay, come on, we get it. You're sneaky, you goof. Like, come on, let's get past the 18th century, okay? And this will grant you, so she says it grants you advantage on dexterity stealth checks that are made in dim light or darkness. You can also cast the minor illusion cantrip without any material components as an illusion. This would be 30 gold pieces. And she's like, any interest in this? Is this kind of what you're looking for? Are we close? We near it? What are we thinking? Anywhere around this?
No, I don't need this. I'm not a stealthy girl.
Okay, wonderful. Oh, you cannot understand how happy I am to hear you say that. And she shows you another one. Okay, this is our Twilight Shroud. It's very similar. I'm trying to keep your budget friendly. These are some of our more common codes. Is that okay? Are you looking for something more expensive? I'm okay with it. I just got the vibe,
No, I'm a budget-friendly gal.
I figured, I got the eye. And you see she casts a simple spell and pulls a cloak over like it's nothing. But that spell, it's not an easy spell to do. She essentially summoned a cloak like it was nothing. And it appears over. I think this is for you. So the Twilight Shroud, okay? This might be what you're looking for. It's still a sneaky thing, dark black cloaks. Let me tell you, they're just pretty much always they're about sneakiness. So it'll help you take the hide action as a bonus action. And then once per short rest, you can actually cast dark vision on yourself. No requirements required. But you're an elf, aren't you? You're an elf, aren't you? You got the dark vision. I can just for you, I can tweak it just a little bit and have it cast darkness instead if you'd prefer. And you see her with no effort at all again, just put her fingers across the fabric of it. It shimmers, and just like she says, she changes the spell just slightly so that you can cast darkness instead if you'd prefer.
And I think Vivian's going to speak up a little bit and be like, do people appreciate you enough? Do they know that the easy is really not that easy?
Sorry, you cut out right there at the end.
I just want her to feel appreciated. Has anyone told you how brilliant you are, truly? And that it's really not as easy as you make it look?
Oh, sweetheart, they're coming in here. They're buying their cloaks. They're buying their, give me daggers. And I'm like, I don't do daggers. And they get mad.
As a healer, it's all, heal me here, heal me now. Everyone's doing cool stuff, and you're just standing there.
Ain't it? They're like, you're not doing anything. Can you come help me? I am doing something. I'm reading on spells so that I can help you later. Do you think I just know how to heal flesh and bone? Come on.
Hard.
Yeah, it's hard. I'm knitting your muscles back together. You think everyone else knows what your gastroplexus does and make sure it gets put in the right place? I certainly do. You don't,
I know. But trust me, I know.
Yeah, but absolutely. And yeah, she goes off. She all talk to each other a little bit about magic and things like that. And as she's doing it, she pulls out another cloak for you. As you're chatting. This one might be more your speed. So this is the Ebon cloak. This is while wearing this one, you're gonna get advantage on saving throws against spells that would reveal your location. So anything like a scrying spell or anything that would kind of like figure out where you are. And also once per short rest, you're gonna be able to cast Silent Image. So that's gonna be able to help you, help you stay hidden in the back. But let me see. Is this? Are we getting anywhere close? Are we getting closer?
The Ebon cloak is pretty piques my interest quite a bit.
Okay.
Does it have nice sleeves?
Oh, absolutely. And you see, she casts like a modified version of the mend spell. And you see, she mends like as if they were supposed to have existed in the first place, but they didn't. You say you wanted pockets or sleeves?
I want both.
Both? She puts sleeves down the line, has the inner lining done up with pockets, and like adds them in, and she's like, and you see like that was like not the mend spell, but a modified version of it that she obviously customized.
What's her name again, Drake?
Her name is Aurelia Sunfire.
Oh my god, Aurelia's so
Big
cool.
name.
Yeah, and you can tell like she's got she's like pretty covered up. Like just she wears a lot of like a nice clothing, but you can see like small like tendrils of tattoos that are like obviously tracing like somewhere like a large like something that goes across. Like you can't really tell much more, but you do see just little bits coming up her neck. You see a little bit coming out of her sleeves. And she's wearing gloves and other bangles too. Like she loves her accessories. So like she's very covered up. But in like when you see her skin, you can see that she has runes and things tattooed on her body.
Aurelia, where did you get your tats done? Is that here in the city?
Oh, darling, I wouldn't trust anyone in this city with my canvas. You know what I mean? These are. I know that my magic, and she pulls her hair back, and give me an Arcana check.
Okay. Oh, it was almost so good. It's only a 6.
A 6?
Aurelia.
You can't tell what these are, but what you can tell is that it's not weird that you don't know what they are. It's like you've never seen magic or runes or something like this. This once again looks custom.
Oh, you're cool as shit, Aurelia. You are a cool gal.
Oh, darling, you flatter me too much. Look, I'd love to stay in chat, but it looks I know you've got things to do. I know like you came in here with a purpose. You came in here with a mission, and me, I gab. But this Ebon cloak, is it what you're looking for? Should we look for something else? Or are you ready to move?
It's excellent. So it gives me abilities, Drake, just out of game, saving throws. People can't see where I am.
Yes.
And I can do Silent Image, which lets me hide better.
Yeah. So essentially, it's kind of like minor illusion.
Okay.
So, but it's gonna be similar to minor illusion. She does look at you and say, "Look, honey, I know you're trying to stay in budget, but if you want to step up a little bit more, we can look into some other ones. Would you want to look at some other cloaks?"
Do you have anything trickster oriented?
Trickster oriented. Well, that's kind of what these are. This Ebon cloak. If that's good for you, it's good for you. I can. If we step just out of game, like what she's kind of getting at is like around 200 gold pieces, you can get to more like healer and protection kind of stuff.
Yeah, I don't have 200 gold pieces, so I want to see how much the Ebon cloak is.
50. It's gonna be 50 gold pieces. So 30, 40, 50 on the cloaks that we've shown you so far. First 30, second 40, third 50. I try to keep my prices simple here. I know you're a bright gal, but some people that come in here just don't know what they're doing. You know what I mean?
So if I give you 30 and a crystal ball, which is worth 25 gold pieces, would that get me the Ebon cloak?
Honey, you have been a delight. Let me give you 10 of those back. Well, hold on. Before I do that, give me a persuasion check with advantage.
I love you so much, it will kill me if you don't love me. I got a 20, a dirty 20.
20.
Hey.
She said absolutely. She says, "Honey, that crystal ball. I am happy. I want to take that off your hands. I want to get that. Let's get that out for you. Come on, like keep these for you. Um, and she does say, yeah, like she makes the modifications. She said,
Oh,
come back.
can I add a hood? Just real quick for me, out of character. Can we just say a hood was added?
And she goes,
Thank you.
yeah, absolutely puts a hood on. You know, stay safe out there, honey, and you know, you come back anytime. We got plenty of things to be able to help you with here. Your clothes, anything you need, I'll take care of you. Okay?
Okay, love you already. Goodbye.
All
And
right, you have a great time.
Bye, girly.
Bye,
Bye,
girly. All
I
right.
love
So
that.
yeah,
I love that for her.
she walks out of there with a little ebon cloak, a little upgraded clothing.
Evan for Vevin.
Ebon for
Vevin.
Vevin. I will go ahead and
What
post.
place was that called that Vevin was in?
That would be the Engraved Enchantment Emporium, or Triple E's for short.
Wow. Are these you don't have art for these weapons by chance, do you?
I do
these
not.
things?
I
Okay,
will.
great. No worries.
So what I'm gonna do, just be straight up with you. I'm going to go back and I'll make the art later, because I don't know if you've
No
been
stress.
keeping track of how many items I've been describing. Um,
Yes.
To make
That's a
the
lot.
art for all of them, and then I'll only take two.
No. No
Yeah, I
stress.
figured I'd see what y'all guess, and then we'll come back and I'll make art for you and things like that.
Way better idea.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna start trying to get in the habit of is like, we do the session and then I'll go back, and it's not as nice, like, because it is nice to like have it while you're there and doing it.
No. I would not do that.
Yeah,
for
but
everything.
yeah, this is it's not gonna be nice. Like, I'll be able to go back and I'll make stuff for Aurelia and William Stone. I think it'll be anyway. That's a little bit meta, but so yeah, Vevin, you pick up a cloak pretty quick. You pawn off that crystal ball. You don't have to deal with that shit anymore. And you're headed off to the river. So are you taking it like, what's Vevin looking for? Like, what's she particularly like? How's she approaching this?
I think she's approaching it with, I guess with what she knows of Agatha.
Thank you very much.
She's gonna approach it kind of kindly, kind of just openly. He's not really gonna say much, and she just wants to observe the practice. And if she gets what?
Okay.
She just wants to observe the practice of it, and I think if she can pinpoint someone to speak to on it more direct.
Did Christy give you a name of who you're looking for here at the river?
I think she did, very briefly. She said, "Tell her, Christy." Isn't it like Rose? It's like
It's Aurora Nightingale, I believe.
Aurora, yes. And she said, "Tell her Christy sent you." So I'm gonna look for Aurora.
Okay.
And tell her Christy sent you.
And tell her Christy sent you. Sounds like a solid plan, you know? Give me 1 second. Gotta.
I am all out of money.
We actually do this money at some point. It like goes against your character. It does. Someone has to bring it up to me, and then I have to fight me for that, and then like produce some persuasion check and stuff. Maybe.
There we go. That's better. There we go. Wait. Why is this different? Hold on. Give me 1 second. I gotta make sure this is okay.
You gosh, still on the first one.
Give me 1 second. I'm just setting this up.
I promise I can tell you 1 through 3. I'm at the start of the third book. I'm not that far ahead.
Okay. So you head over to the river, and Vevin, as you approach, and you're kind of expecting this, like, you know, religious. I'm getting like you're expecting like this religious place, you know, for the faith and everything, and you're looking around, and you're like, you're following the directions that Christy gave you, right? Give me an insight check.
Okay. Christy wouldn't lie to me. I got a 15.
15 out of 15. You see a sign for a place that's called the River, and it's got like the picture of a river with a well beside it.
Okay.
And
So,
but you look at like you're looking at it, and it's this like you see lemon truffles in the window, and like lemon
Yeah.
bars, and like ice cream, and like like dessert cocktails, and like it's a strangely, and there's this word that comes to you that you've never really heard before, like chic atmosphere of like people just kind of hanging out, talking about like deep topics and discussing philosophy, and just you see one person's kind of got like a
Oh.
little piece, like a little coffee cup in their hand, and just like, "Ah, well, what you gotta understand is when you meet this idea of what really is good, you have to decide for yourself, don't you? Of like, do you decide, or is this something to decide for you, or do we decide together?" And someone else across the table is like, "Oh my God, Charles, can you shut up about the idea of good and evil? We've covered it, we've crossed it. Is the lemon bar good that you're?" And like just these kinds of conversations
Yeah.
out and about. And does Vevin do anything in particular in order to try and like kind of suss out who or where our Aurora is?
Oh my God, Bevan's overwhelmed. By sweet treats. I think she's gonna just, I don't know, maneuver up. Are other people in black?
You look around. Nope. Everyone is in. Everyone like is pretty like bright. Like honestly, like the scarves and the tearaway stuff that you have, like the brightly colored things, like those are actually more fitting in with these people. Like you see a lot of people with like very flowing scarves. Like look at what Drake is wearing, and like very like that, like what those like bangles, and very, for lack of a better, hipster or like accoutrement, just kind of like about just like hanging around, very colorful. Like some are kind of in like like browns and tweed. I mean, black isn't not used or anything, but it's definitely not a thematic thing.
Okay, well, Bevan is just gonna walk on in. And I guess approach the counter.
Okay. As you
Not
approach,
that I.
give me
Yeah, I'm gonna.
give me an insight check.
I have 12.
A 12. Sorry, give me 1 second. I realized I just fricked my notes up horribly. Y'all are unlucky because I am like trying to figure shit out as I DM y'all. Of like,
No.
how do I do shit? And I'm trying essentially a completely different system this week, so we'll see. These. Oh, say, give me what that check was again.
It was a 12.
A 12. So as you go up to the counter, oh no, did I delete? I bet I did, because I was gonna. Give me 1 second.
They're all good.
There she is.
That's a very good gift you were going to use.
Where's Constable, by the way?
We don't know.
Oh, we don't know. Okay.
To be honest, we're real chill for missing Constable.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. Is the Bunny Man with us still?
Yeah.
Okay. He's not with you, but he's around, and he's not a bunny man.
He doesn't know you called him that, but boy, is he upset if you did.
Okay.
His ear like
Twitches like in the direction that Horatio is. Is he? Sorry, is he with somebody? Is he? He's not with Lysander Horatio, right?
No, he's not.
No,
Lysander, yeah. We haven't really covered where he is and what he's doing.
Okay.
I can tell you what he's doing. It's not very exciting, But he's wandering the streets of the city, just looking for moose. He's just shouting moose, just wandering.
Aw.
Around.
It's so sad. When's the last time? Oh, okay. We're gonna touch
He
back
doesn't
on
know
that.
he was kidnapped and was in a bag for an indeterminate amount of time.
Oh, this is a side quest for sure. Okay. Well, while you're looking something up, Horatio's just and Lysander are at the William Stone shop, and Horatio's looking at this rapier and just is kind of awestruck, and immediately feels the immense weight of the 300 gold piece rapier that he just coerced Lysander into buying for him. And immediately just like just gets on a knee for Lysander and says, "Thank you so much. Thank you for trusting me with this. I will use it for the betterment of the entire party, I promise."
Don't like. Yeah, man. You're welcome. You have feet though, but yeah, you just gotta kill people with it, bud.
Well, I mean, the purpose of me getting it was to have a form of defense that would aid me avoiding that, actually, to be
Yeah,
honest.
the way that stun attack works is you stab them and they freak out because they've been stabbed.
Well,
It's not.
it
It's a
didn't
rape.
say stabbed. It said, I mean, the description was strike, which does not intentionally mean a fatal type of blow. So I was well, and with this, Horatio actually grabbed um some not tape. He just grabs a bunch of cloth from his bag, some spare cloth, and just starts wrapping it around the blade, so that it becomes more of a blunt edged weapon.
If you feel so confident about a Horatio, you just try the little ability out on me.
Whoa!
I mean,
Whoa!
I'm not.
Hit me with the stun attack. Let's see how it works.
The stun thing? Oh, I mean, sure. Actually, Drake, could I get some of the meta information, such as, um, uh, do you know, is it the hit? Is it like my dexterity for the hit DC for this, and then
I mean, it should be. It should just be a regular like melee, your regular melee attack.
okay, I have another rapier that is +4, and then what would it be? It would normally be piercing, and then a 1d8 or something, or what?
Yeah. So if you, it would usually be piercing.
Okay.
But
Can I like wrap this cloth around it and then make
yeah,
it like a
make it a
1d4
blunt,
or something?
and then cut the damage in half.
Yeah, 1d4 and then it's blunt weapon.
Yes.
Okay,
And I
perfect.
will say do get like +1 damage, so 1d8 +1, because bludgeoning usually has like a just a you can do like a certain like a lower threshold of damage no matter what.
Okay. Well, Horatio looks at Lysander as Lysander says this and says, "I, what? I mean, are you? I guess we should test it, but are you sure? You took a long rest recently, correct? Is that? Am I correct in that?
I'm gonna pull my mail aside. You know, so shows my chest and
No,
drop my.
that's not. You don't need to pull your mail aside. I mean, you should stay armored.
As it goes, it's just.
I'm not going to stab you. I can.
We said
I'll.
you're gonna use the stun feature, right?
I mean, yes.
Well, it could be that. We're gonna find out.
Okay. Horatio does look at the blade, and it glimmers and has this beautiful but very faint echoing effect about it that is quite fascinating. And very cautiously, uh, just lifts the blade up and like flat edge of the blade towards Lysander, like slaps the side of his arm with it.
Okay, so roll to hit, and and Sydney, is Lysander wearing his scale armor yet?
No,
Like,
no. He
but
did
you
have it on.
pulled
Like, yeah.
pulled it
So
aside, right? Like, okay, so he hits you. So it's your just regular AC. So whatever your regular AC is, and then roll Horatio, roll to hit.
it's 13 to hit, even by the way.
Okay. Uh, I got a 12.
12. He misses, and we cut back to Vevin at the river. Okay, so Vevin, you go up to counter.
Yeah.
And you're greeted by a tiny little fairy. She comes up. Hi.
Hi.
How can I help you? What would you like? We got some lemon souffles. We got some coffee. You know, the espresso here. Honestly, only take it if you're ready to really get some work done. Like you'll just be going. Oh my goodness.
Absolutely. I'm actually looking for Aurora. I was sent by Christy.
You're looking for Aurora? Give me an insight check.
Please be good. It's 14.
14. You see, just like pixies don't necessarily have, or fairies don't necessarily have like blood, like we know, but like the blood drains from her face, and you see her eyes just go wide, and you're like, Aurora, you want to talk to Aurora?
I would love to talk to Aurora.
And you see her eyes like flick over to the corner.
Okay, I'm gonna follow her eyes.
Follow her eyes
into the corner.
You look over and you see all black, just like deep shades of like like the kind, like you can tell, just not even with an insight check, this is the kind of person that you say, oh, you're wearing all black, and they're like, no, I'm wearing midnight black and twilight black, and this is also evening black. Just every shade, like you can kind of see the deviance of color, like just with a plucking away at a little guitar, a little lute, lyre, I don't know, some sort of stringed instrument. And you can tell from here that like it's very quiet, but there's a different mood just around this, like where she is. The vibe is different.
Okay, I'm kind of wishing Horatio was with me. But it's okay. I'm gonna go.
Horacio's ears perk up and twitch when he hears that, or doesn't hear that, but.
Vevin is gonna approach. Is there any tables open in that vibe?
There are a lot of seats open
Incredible.
around Aurora.
We're just gonna say that Vevin pulls out like her little journal that maybe she has. We can say maybe she has a little journal.
Mm-hmm.
And she's just gonna go sit at a table near Aurora.
So Aurora looks up. Make a wisdom saving throw.
Hold on, I'm looking. A 14.
A 14.
Yeah.
You feel compelled to stand up and walk over and sit with Aurora. A 14 is strong enough that you can resist it if you would like, but you feel the compulsion.
Can I let her know I can resist this compulsion and then choose to do it anyway?
I mean, you can tell her. Like, there's no magical way to, like, tell her. You know what I mean?
Poker face. Poker face.
Okay. I'm just gonna go up and sit next to her. I'm gonna fall into the compulsion for now.
Yeah, absolutely. You continue. Okay. You give me an insight check.
Incredible. Come on. I got a 14 again.
14 insight. You can tell it's from the music. Like this music seems to be wrapping you up, and she's humming a melody to go along with it, and like slow words. And it's not, and to be clear, it's not like a malevolent compulsion. It's just like you want to be closer to her. Like it's drawing you in. And like it makes you feel not warm and fuzzy, but like drawn to her. Like you feel, it makes you feel something, and that songs, those notes just wrap around you and pull you close, and she looks at you and she smiles and continues to play and says, well, hello, my little sheep.
Oh,
Oh, hello. If your song is so enchanting, why are the tables empty?
Well, those are your words and not mine. My song is only as enchanting as those who would like to hear it. Some, admittedly, do not do not have time for a day filled with. And you see, like, very quickly, a person come up and like doe-eyed move past Aurora, and she gives them a soft smile, and she turns back to you and says, admittedly, I don't always like to entertain all of those who would like to be around. I understand that I have a very eclectic personality. Um, and yeah, she just continues to play. I feel like with that insight check, you can tell it's like she's here all the time, and
Yeah.
you could tell just by like even being here, like it's not an unpleasant feeling, but like if you were just going about your day, this isn't the vibe you'd want to be
Right.
going for.
Where did the doe-eyed person go?
Just right onto the counter, just like to pay and leave.
Um, I saw your flyer.
My
Bevan's gonna switch up the flyer. Kind of on the
yes,
table.
yes, we have quite a few eager participants. Are you interested in the faith?
I am interested in learning more of it.
A questioning soul. What is it? I can tell, and you see her. Give me a. So she spots your coin.
Yeah.
And you can tell she spots an a questioning individual. I can see you, and like she. Hold on, let me. Roll. You can see her look at you, and like she, all of a sudden, kind of like smiles as if intrigued. Says, well, you're a hard one to read, aren't you? I can tell you're strong in your faith, but it doesn't feel solidified, if that makes sense.
There are trials that I must overcome.
Aren't
My
there-
god and I have a repertoire, so I can not only accept her, but she must accept me.
Well, isn't a very personal. And you can see her like sit up straighter and like listen, and she's like, "You have a personal relationship with your divinity. How nice!" And then give me a perception check.
24.
24. Okay. The doe-eyed person that you like noticed, that you like kind of like gave your attention to for a second, you see trips over a stool and completely face plants and scatters dishes around everywhere. And as it happens, Aurora looks at you and like looks at you, and you see a glimmer behind her eyes, like almost magic shoot across her eyes, and her eyes get very wide.
I'm gonna go help the person pick up the plates real quick.
She casts a mend spell. She like throws like casually casts a mend spell, fixes the thing, and you see the fairy like picking him up, and Aurora says, "No, no, no, you stay." And she plays another chord, and I need you to roll a wisdom saving throw.
Please, please. I got a nat 20. I'm at a 23.
Nat 20. Very well. You feel this compulsion stronger than before, but you're able to push back. And if you want to go help that person, you can.
I will.
All right, you
And
go
then I'll
help
walk
her.
back. Yeah.
She's put away her guitar and is now reading.
I'll go back. I'll sit with her.
Okay.
I'm sorry. They dropped their plates. I wanted to go help. Do you have a personal
As you
relationship with
should.
your deity?
Our relationship is more of an intellectual pursuit than anything. We of our faith, we pursue it is a different type of faith than you might be familiar with as a cleric, and as you like, go ahead and give. I mean, as a cleric, you would know this. Like your power, your spells come from a relationship and a study into religion, into divinity.
Yeah.
You see that she's a strange type of like of almost, you wouldn't know these words, but a multi-class of like
Yeah.
a cleric and a wizard, where their religion is more of like their divinity is this idea of magic and magical beings and the study of them, and
Mm-hmm.
like an understanding of like ogres and giant spiders, and like, okay, why do these monsters exist? Why does magic exist? Like, what is the difference between a divinity and magic? You know, that an archfey, like their power comes slightly from like divinity, but it's mostly from,
Yeah.
study like a wizard would. And she kind of goes into that, and you can tell she's very eager to share. Like, it doesn't take much prodding. Like, you can kind of tell this is also why, like, from the way she talks, it's very intense, and so that would give you, that'd be another thing, right? Of like, why you start to see why like there's a wide berth around Aurora. Like, she's very intense about her beliefs and easy to like lose a day just listening to her.
Okay, so I'm gonna escalate. And Devin's gonna. Well, one, can I see the book she's reading?
It looks to be a journal.
Okay, sick. I have a journal too. I'm gonna ask her if she knows her name. Do you know your deity's name? Mine's Tamora.
Well, divinity is a very special thing. It's more of, in our faith, we believe more in pursuit of a specific, focus, a specific creature. So, we do not have exactly a perfect relationship. It's more of who we choose to study individual. And as she does that, she looks over at the fairy, like at the countertop, and she says, I have a particular affinity for the study of the fairy folk. And you can tell, like, she does a little bit of magic. Like, you don't see what effect the magic was, but it's like just a little bit of like a twinkle, and like her magic seems to have that like graceful quality of the fae.
Okay. Devin is gonna lean in to almost whisper to her. And she's going to be like, I don't have the pursuit of knowledge with my deity, but I do pursue knowledge individually.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm particularly interested in a Drew. We said it was Draconic, right? Agatha, outside of game, we said she was kind of Draconic.
So you might be thinking of the. Sorry, go ahead.
That's the name of the lady in the tower. Was
Yes.
Agatha?
She was not in a tower, but yes. So you're thinking of the tower was the wizard who wanted to know, like, to ask Agatha a question. Agatha was in like an abandoned cottage outside of a town.
I'm gonna lean forward and be like, "What do you know of a white-haired, ghostly woman with long white skin, or long white hair, and white skin?"
Roll a persuasion check.
I have a feeling this girl doesn't fall to clothing remarks. Oh, 6.
6. You see her smile, and she says, now we've realms from the theoretical to the practical. I can tell this has utility to you. There's something I would like to know as well. What did you do? And she eyes your coin.
Evan's gonna slip her coin into her pocket. She does not like it being out on the table anymore.
Uniform? Okay.
Going right into the pocket, and she's going to play the game, and she's gonna go, I'd like to go more theoretical again.
And
hedge her?
Aurora leans back and begins to play her guitar again. What would you like to know of the theory of our faith, little sheep?
Okay. I need to think how I want to phrase this, Drake.
And as she begins to play, you are now going to need to roll with disadvantage on any saving throws for the duration, as long as she's playing.
Oh my god. Hold on, guys. I'm gonna bind. I have a lot of thoughts. Um.
So, all right, while you're thinking,
Yeah. What do you think?
Harrison, I'd say Harrison, as you're out, so you're just searching for moose.
Yeah, just kind of wandering the streets every now and again, throwing out a shout. Moose here, moose there. You
Moose
know.
here, moose there, moose everywhere. I'd say you happen upon a familiar face in Vevin. No, sorry, not Vevin. My apologies. Lorraine, who she's out kind of in the cedar areas. She's just coming from having kind of done her own investigation. The two of you all actually meet up, and do y'all? What happens as the two of you kind of find each other? You're both kind of have been searching for a while. What do the two of you feel like y'all have briefly, y'all were actually in captivity together, and then when your groups came together, it's not like y'all had many conversations together or anything like that, but y'all were in captivity together, and so you do see this familiar face as you're moving around.
Okay,
As we're moosing around.
As you're moosing around.
Were we knowingly in captivity together, or were we in like separate bags? Like, well, I don't know what the captivity was like. Were we like bound to chairs in the same room, or was it like?
Y'all would have
What?
y'all wouldn't have had the opportunity to really talk much together, but like you would both know that y'all had been captured. Like you would have seen each other maybe in passing. At least like when the bags came off, like realizing y'all both went through the same thing, but didn't have a chance to really talk to each other during it.
Gotcha. So, I mean, from Harrison's point of view, at least more than the other folks in this party, I guess because he knows Lorraine was also in captivity with him, he feels like he can trust her a little bit more. So he's not quite as like on guard around her. So I think when he first sees her, he's gonna he would like startle a little bit, but kind of relax a little bit more quickly than if it was like Sildar or Lysander or somebody like that. So I think he's gonna be pretty transparent that he's really just a little worried about his pal right now.
Can in hearing that he's looking for Moose and Lorraine being who she is towards others who are lost, can she like I don't know if it would be an investigation or a perception or I'm not exactly sure what you would want me to roll, but something to see if Moose has been nearby.
Yeah.
Can she like help in the search?
Give me a perception check.
Nice.
A 17.
17. Very good. So on a 17, as y'all are walking, like there are no signs of moose. Like there's not tracks. Like I mean, it's a dog. Like it's not like he has definitive. He's big, but it'd be tough to kind of track him. He also, you lost him, quite a while ago in the woods. As you're going through, you don't see anything. You do see a little place, and you remember Christy mentioning this place called the Arcane Beanery, and it looks like a little coffee shop with potions and drinks and elixirs, but you also see like little bowls left outside the door, and like little water bowls left outside the door.
So Lorraine is going to suggest going over to this little coffee shop. One, because she wants to find out maybe some more information about these potions that she's found. Kind of a little more, maybe more sly, because she's still kind of a little distrustful, I think, because he's a stranger to her still, even though they were in captivity together. But she's going to want to find that, so she's going to suggest, under the guise of like, oh, they have water bowls, maybe we can ask if they've seen him, and suggest that to Harrison.
Yeah, I think Harrison would be receptive to that in like a depressive manner of like Moose is more of a tea guy than a coffee guy, but it's worth a shot.
As you say that, Harrison, you see this place has got plenty of like coffees, teas, potions, elixirs. Like it's got plenty of tea and other things too.
Oh well, then he's hopping through the front door like it's a saloon. You know, he's gonna almost jump over Vevin to get, or not Vevin, Lorraine to get in there first. Once he sees that they have teas as well, because Moose was big tea drinker. I know I'm dropping lore on you guys. Moose, yeah.
Yes.
And if nothing else, maybe they have an elixir or a potion or something that can help us, like, try to find him.
Yeah, worth a shot. Let's go in. Let's investigate.
Wonderful. Okay, well, you hop right in as you go in. It's a pretty, there are a couple people here. It's not super busy. You are in like a small, like a quieter part of town, and one that also has been decimated by a false hydra. Not as many people, not as many customers. But you do see, an elderly woman behind the counter. An elderly human. She looks at you and says, "Oh, well, hello there. How can I? Would you like a cup of coffee or some tea?"
Yeah, I just like upon first entering of this building, can I do like a just check the surroundings to see if there have been animals at all around, or if it seems
Yeah, can I
like
get a vibe check on this room?
Yeah, give me a perception check.
well,
13 and 12. So you see all over there are little food bowls, little water bowls, like nooks and crannies where cats can curl up or dogs can like little like dog beds. It's very like you see a bunch of like chewed, gnawed on like like pieces of rope and discarded thick bones, things like that. There have definitely been animals here.
okay, so they're all little bowls, not like
Um,
medium
there are
bowls.
little medium there are water like generally sized water bowls scattered
Okay.
about.
All right, I think we should engage with this salesperson and understand. I know Lorraine had some ulterior motive to talk with them about, so we're gonna let her take the lead on the conversation. But I think Harrison's gonna like scope out the place, probably go around sniffing each bowl to see if any of them smell like moose.
Sniff. Oh, hello. Yeah. I guess. I mean, you're welcome to. You don't exact. I know you're kind of like. You look like a bunny. Hello, little bunny.
Lorraine's gonna order some coffee. Um,
Okay.
specifically an espresso. She's an espresso gal, I think.
Okay.
She's gonna order an espresso and start chatting up this barista gal,
All right.
loudly asking, not loudly, but like normal volume, starting a conversation to ask about Moose, if she's seen Moose. He's been missing for a few days, and Harrison's very worried about him. We saw the bowls out front, and wanted to come in here and ask or see if she had any tips, since she appears to be very knowledgeable about animals.
Okay. Well, yeah, I'm really sorry to hear about you losing your poor dog. What, I guess, is that the owner right there? And she points at, Harrison as he's like, not, as someone who is repeatedly saying, "I'm not a bunny," is now on all fours, like sniffing, but kind of looks like he's drinking out of water bowls like a bunny, like not a human. It's like, is this the owner? Like, you, sir, are you the owner?
Yes, Moose belongs to Harrison over there.
Wonderful. Okay. Well, of course. You said a large, blonde-looking mastiff. So many animals come through here. Go ahead and give me a persuasion check, if you would.
9.
9. Give me an insight check.
21.
21. Okay. No, so many animals come through here. I really couldn't keep track of all of them. Uh, you can tell she is holding something back, and while on that high of an insight, you can tell it's because like she's nervous to tell. Like she does not know you are the owner. She does not know who you are. You can tell on that high of insight that she's not doing it for nefarious reasons, but she is holding something back.
Okay. Um. So I'm just gonna call out to Harrison. Harrison, is there any specific identifying feature, anything that's very particular to Moose that we can explain so that she knows that we are looking for him because he belongs to you and not just a general description here?
Yeah. So upon hearing that, almost like, well, he's a rabbit. Almost inhumanly fast, he pulls like a drawing of Moose out of his pocket and like runs up to the counter. And he's like, "This is what he looks like. He's a blonde mastiff with battle armor, and he comes to the name Moose. And he's a really good boy, and he's never run away before."
Oh.
Oh, wonderful. Okay, you can see her. You can see her immediately, just teary eyed. Oh, what a beautiful little boy.
Lorraine's gonna kind of capitalize on these emotions right here and really lean into. We've been through some really awful circumstances lately. We were both captured. I'm not sure if you've heard, but this town was ravaged by a false hydra and some of its cultists, and in the midst of that we were captured, and they captured his dog Moose, and they ended up separated, and he's just really worried about Moose, and we're trying to find him, and we're hoping maybe you could help us.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, just you can see she's weeping, just tears. Of course, I'm anyone to help a poor animal owner. Um, I'm sorry for my hesitance earlier. I couldn't forget a dog like this. He was such a good boy. He came through. I'm a little bit confused because it seemed that he was with his owner. So I didn't realize he could have had another one. If I had known, I would have paid more attention. But he came through maybe a couple days ago, maybe one or two. Couldn't have been more.
Do you remember anything about who he came through with?
No, just a taller man, a man. I do remember. Oh, there was a little boy. There was a little boy having such a fun time with the mastiff. It seemed like they were really getting along, and sometimes the mastiff would even pick the little boy up and toss him onto his back, and he was having such a grand little time. I just loved having those two in my shop.
Did the little boy by chance pick up a game of sticks and gourds?
Well, I don't have any sticks and gourds in my shop, but he did play around with some of the bones on the ground, like some of the dogs would. And seemed like a little playful individual, to be sure.
Did you catch this boy's name?
Oh, I'm not
Does
sure.
does the name Carp ring a bell?
Oh, that was I spelled it K. I actually do remember because when I brought out his coffee cup, I put KARP, and the little boy was like, "No, no, no, my name is CARP," and we had a little laugh about it, and I went, "Blub, blub, blub, blub. We don't have many fish here," and I told him, "Oh, we get a lot of cats and dogs, but we don't get a lot of fish."
I need everybody to know Lorraine's eyes get like this big, and her eyes start to well up with tears because she's so relieved
Aw.
that Carp was seen alive
Yes.
recently.
Mm.
Okay. Yeah, well, that was a couple days ago. They said they were heading out. I believe they were heading.
Did they say where they went?
No, nothing in particular. Just that they didn't have much time, and that they were preparing for something. They were getting things together.
Do you have any elixirs that could help me figure out potions, any magic to help us find where this boy and this dog went? This boy was captured by some ruffians. I don't want to get too far into it, but he's in with a bad sort, and they have kidnapped him from his mother, and this is now turned into a dual-purpose search. We're looking for moose and for this sweet little boy carp. Do you have anything that can help me?
Oh goodness. Well, I'm a coffee and a tea shop. It's not exactly I mean, I do have a one item. It's one of our more higher end items. If you know, it's a lot. It's a little expensive, but it would maybe help you in a fight if it comes to that. It sounds like you're off to quite the adventure, or maybe I could give you something to make it to help you with your. It looks like you're some sort of. If you have a wizard in your party and they have a scrying ability, I can give them some of their spell slots back with one of my elixirs.
Oh.
And so she tells you, oh, by the way, it's 2 gold pieces for your espresso. You also, for the next 10 minutes, you have advantage on wisdom perception checks. And you have temporary hit points that are equal to your charisma modifier. I'm assuming that you drank the espresso when she gave it to you.
Yeah.
So she tells you about the Mage's Mocha, which she can pack you up to go if you'd like. This would allow the drinker to regain a spell slot of 1st or 2nd level. And it also grants advantage on intelligence checks for an hour. That's 8 gold pieces. You could get magical tea leaves that grant you temporary resistance to psychic damage for an hour. That would be 3 gold pieces. And then the other one that she was talking about would be helpful is 30 gold pieces, but that provides the drinker with 2d8 temporary hit points for an hour. And is a potion of arcane vigor. So this is what I have that might be helpful. Like I said, I'm a little coffee shop. Maybe if one of your members is a spellcaster, it could be helpful.
So you've got no information on where they came from, where they went, what their plans were. You just saw them. You don't know anything else.
I saw them. I am sorry if I'd known that they were like. I don't make a habit of interrogating my patrons. I saw this little boy. They seemed to have a good time.
Can Lorraine roll an insight to see, just to make sure?
Just to make sure.
Yeah, roll insight.
Just to make sure this lady is telling the truth. That is a nat 20.
Nat 20. Not only do you know that she's telling the truth, like but almost like you're able to kind of pick and poke and prod enough at like some of the details. Like what were they wearing? What did they look like? Yeah, things like that. You can tell that like they're not rushing, but they're moving quickly. So like they're stocking up on supplies. It looked like he had a bag that was full of provisions and stuff. Like they're stopping so that they can be able to have stuff. They're preparing for something. He had like a bag of he had another pouch that you would maybe assume was something like magical items and things for a ritual or something. So like they came to this city specifically to stock up and are moving efficiently but not like rushing. They didn't look tired, they didn't look threadbare, so they're moving at a steady pace but nothing too drastic.
Did they happen to mention where they were staying while they were in town? Perhaps you didn't hear anything, and that's okay. I know that you're not in the business of interrogation. Do you know, did they mention where they were staying? Maybe I can go talk to some of the other merchants around town and see if they were able to garner any information from them.
Well, I know they didn't say anything about where they were staying, but I will say he seemed like a quite an up-and-coming individual. I was actually impressed to have him in my establishment. He likely would have stayed in some pretty high-end, probably one of the most high-end establishments. I would expect him to probably stay in either the Mended Spoke or the Gilded Rose.
Mended Spoke or Gilded Rose. Okay, we can go look into those places. And I think Remind me, what were the first two that you offered? The first two drinks you offered.
The Magic Mocha allows the drinker to regain one expended spell slot, first or second level, and grants advantage on intelligence checks for an hour. And the potion of caffeination grants advantage on dexterity saving throws for an hour, provides temporary hit points equal to 1d4 plus a constitution modifier. That's 5 gold pieces. And then magical tea leaves, which grants temporary resistance to psychic damage for 1 hour when brewed into a tea. That's 3 gold pieces.
So it's 8, 5, and 3.
Yes.
I'll take 3 of the first and 2 of the second.
So 3 of the Mage's Mocha, 8 gold pieces.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So that's 24 gold pieces. And plus, you say how many of the? You say of the second one, 2 of the second one.
Yeah.
All right. So it's
So
34 gold pieces in total. I put the descriptions for you in the chat.
You're rich.
All right. Harrison, you've kind of been listening in on some of this. Anything you want to add or ask?
I think he trusts Lorraine's evaluation that this woman's telling the truth, and I think there's a nod between the two of them that they'll probably need to check out the provision store, the magical item store, probably the inn. But before he hops out, I think he wants to hop up on the counter and talk to the shopkeeper and ask, what do you value more? What do you value more than anything else in this world? What do you hold in the highest regard?
Oh, well, that's quite a question. I'd say just a good well-being of all our furry creatures. And you can give me an insight check.
Okay. 14.
You can tell she's resisting the urge to scratch you behind the ears.
Okay. So before Harrison hops out, he just looks her just dead in the eyes, and he says, "If I find my friend and I find out that you were holding something back or gave me a mistruth, I will skin every animal that I find in or near this establishment for a week, and I will leave them on your doorstep. Thank you. Good day." And he hops out the door.
Just mortified as you can just as you leave. It's just visibly shaking. Give me an intimidation check. Sorry.
All right. Just a flat 10.
Flat 10.
She is a rabbit.
Yeah. She. You see it for a second. Her face just completely shocked and mortified, and then she gives a little chuckle and says, "Oh, okay. Well, you have a great day too, sir." She runs a coffee shop in the seedy part of town. She's used to threats.
Lorraine is gonna sort of apologize as they leave. She's gonna be like, "I'm sorry, but also, there's your answer to if Moose is really his or not."
Yeah. And she goes, "Oh, don't worry. I'm plenty familiar with angry customers." And you see, she reaches up and pats, a dwarf, you can see. Give me a perception check.
Six.
6. It's double
Wait,
bear.
wait. Do I wait?
You would have from that coffee. I think you took the espresso.
Don't I have advantage?
Yeah, you have advantage.
Okay, let me roll again. Sorry. Ha! Nat 20.
Nat 20. So you look up and you see dwarven runes on a double-barreled, what can be described as nothing besides a shotgun. That.
What does it say? I have Dwarvish in my language. What does it say?
Oh, Dwarvish. It says the Punisher.
Oh yeah.
And then that's on one side, and that's on the handle, and is the Punisher, and then on the rim, on the actual barrel is double boom stick. And
Am I still at the bar?
yeah, y'all are walking away. Yeah.
Is there a tip jar?
Yes.
How
Steal it.
close is she to the tip jar, and does she have glasses?
I mean, yes, she has glasses.
Sick. I'm gonna like sleight of hand try and steal some
Yeah.
of the tip jar.
Some of the tip jar. All right. Go ahead and roll sleight of hand.
This is also with advantage, right?
Do you have? No, you did not have the. You did not take the potion of caffeination. You had an espresso shot. So no.
Okay. It's an 11.
An 11.
Uh,
Roll initiative.
yeah.
Okay.
Could I roll sleight of hand to help her sleight of hand?
11.
Not anymore. Give me 1 second.
Am I about to kill this lady?
You can try.
Red wizard blade, like right through the hand.
Right.
So for a right, does a 15 hit?
Sure does.
Oh boy.
Does a 14 hit?
Yeah.
All right, so that's going to be 4d8.
What?
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 You take 25 points of piercing damage.
Oh.
I'm dead.
Down, right? Not dead.
Yeah, I'm down.
So as you try to steal this woman's tip jar,
Holy
her
shit.
eyes glint. She reaches up in one motion, already barreled 2 shotgun shells. Boom, boom, just right straight to your chest, one after the other. Boom, boom. She spares the dying on you and looks at Harrison and says, "You skin an animal in my territory, and we'll have trouble. Now you have a great day, you two." And she goes back. She spared the dying on Lorraine, to be clear, and she puts she reloads her shotgun shell, puts it back above the counter, and brews an espresso.
All right.
Nice.
This is a cool
I
town.
gotta hear what. I mean, okay, so it won't let me just be at 0. So I have to, like, I'm gonna put 1, but I'm 0.
Yeah, you have to you need to be actively healed for hit points before you can pop up.
So yeah,
Yeah.
go into the negative and then hit, and then you should just be able to do saving throws. You get 3 saving throws,
Okay.
and just do that. You succeeded 3. It should stabilize you. Harrison, if you want to roll initiative, this is when you would do that.
It literally just shows successes. It doesn't do anything.
But you're still so that's fine as long as you have
Okay.
to. You should just know that you are unconscious. Harrison, would you like to roll initiative?
I don't have a problem with this woman yet until I find out that she's lying to me. I was already on my way out the door, and I suppose I'm just dragging Lorraine now by like the.
Absolutely. All right, let's as Harrison drags the unconscious body of this person he really kind of just met. Vevin, we're gonna come back to you. Have you? You are currently kind of in this tense conversation. You have disadvantage on your saving throws, as she continues to play. And what would you like to ask this? Ask this Aurora. What would you like to ask Aurora?
Bevan's gonna actually answer Aurora. When she asked her what did she do,
Mm-hmm.
she's gonna say, I saw flashes of what could be, what would be, and what would never be.
That.
Cool.
Well. Now we have someone here that likes to twist the winds of fate.
Yeah.
That's
Did she stop
very
playing?
interesting.
That's cool. Though.
And so she looks at you and says, "Do you understand what you've done? How long have you known your goddess before you chose to engage in such magic?
I think I've known her my whole life. I think that's what deity is. Even if you don't know, you know.
That's a very good sentiment. Do you have you spoken to her? Do you know her intentions, her wants, her desires? God's little sheep are real. They're
I know.
motivated. They're motivated just like you and I. Do you
Have
know
you
your
spoken
God?
to her?
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Have you spoken to her?
I have not.
Do you know her?
But I know God's. I'm asking, do you know your goddess's motivations?
Yes. I think Vevin believes she does.
Okay. What you've done is essentially engage in divine intervention. And she looks at you and says, and I can see, little sheep, that you have not studied the magic long enough to truly be able to control something as powerful as divine intervention. There are consequences. And as she says consequences, one of the strings on her guitar snaps. And she looks down, looks at you, smiles, and casts mending. And the strings of fate. And another string snaps. She mends it. Are always changing. Snaps, mends it. Your life string is quite strong. I hope those around you are strong enough to keep up. You had questions about a white-haired woman. I assume you speak of Agatha of Cornyberry. Is that correct?
Yes.
And she, as you shared with her, she shares with you. What specifically? Oh, go ahead.
I'm going to cast Zone of Truth on them.
She looks around, smiles. I have nothing to hide.
Yeah.
So ask me, what is it that you would like to know of Agatha?
I want to know what she is like. How she became Agatha. Who she favors.
Agatha, and you can see she smiles. Understand that this, as I've told you, my expertise lies elsewhere. But I know, Sister. I've spoken at length with Sister Galliere, and she tells me, and her study is in things of this nature. Agatha, in particular, is a strange one of her kind. She pushes people away, but what she really truly appreciates is gratitude and respect. What we believe is she does have limits to her power, but ask her nearly any question that is within her knowledge, and she will be glad to answer it to those who show her a deep sign of respect. Is there anything in particular that Vevin asks and follow up to that?
She wants to know where she can find Sister Galatea.
Last I heard, she was in a small town south of here. Faladriel.
Is it Vandal?
That is the name of the town. She runs a small faith there around the watering hole. She stays at a well. As you know, as you can tell, we like to stay near establishments of the local watering hole, as it were.
In this moment, Vevin is going to look at her, and she is going to level for a minute. She is going to ask if she knows how many people are in pursuit of Agatha's knowledge around here.
Um.
Does she know that?
Yeah. Let me roll. Well, let me roll. Let me roll. Make a roll real quick. You see her think for a moment, and she she kind of contemplates that aside. I'd say, I mean, there are few, you know, Agatha is the dangers of Agatha do not always outweigh the benefits for some people who do not know how to properly approach her, who do not know of how to show her respect.
Okay. Okay. So with that, I think.
As you're about to leave, she does say, Vevin, be careful not only with your divinity, not only with Agatha, but with your divinity. Agatha is much easier to handle. Bring her a gift, um, bring her a gift of significant value, of personal respect, and she will grace you. I believe Gallier had a gift particularly in mind that she was going to bring Agatha when she approached her on her pilgrimage, um, but without, but you can either, but something like that isn't enough for someone like Tamora or any goddess. You need to address. It is not going to get better. The strings of fate around you are not going to get stronger. Yours will only cut deeper the longer you let this go. You need to address this. But that is just one.
Address
simple-
what?
And she looks at you and she smiles and she says, she looks at you and she smiles. Of course, you did nothing. Nothing happened. You know you're the motivations of your goddess. You know there must be nothing wrong. My apologies. And she sits back and she goes back to
Man.
playing.
Vevin just leaves.
Yep.
She just walks out. She's over it.
All right. So you leave, and I'll say we're getting to the point where we're winding down. Arthur said he would meet y'all with the wagon all prepped at the northern gate. It's right around the time that he would be ready. Is there anything in particular that y'all wanted to get done before you go ahead and meet up with Arthur?
Are we leaving this place, this city?
Yes. Y'all are heading.
Did we want to inquire at all about like the other shops that Cart might have stopped at to just see where they're headed before we leave?
That's
Oh,
gonna
is-
be up to you, homie. I am
Do I see Lorraine?
incapacitated.
So
Do I see Lorraine?
Vevin, as you're walking back, you see a bedraggled hair dragging, carrying, lifting, whatever it needs to do, just the unconscious body of a bloodied, barely breathing Lorraine just through the streets.
Ooh.
Okay, I go up to Lorraine. And I cast. What do we want to do? I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on her. I'm gonna touch and like I'm doing CPR. I'm gonna pump her chest. Give her some Cure Wounds.
Cure wounds.
What are we doing? What do you get, Lorraine? I rolled incredible. You got a 10.
Oh, nice.
You got a 10 hit point heal.
Hell yeah, brother.
Give me your hand, brother.
Come here, brother. We got a lot to unpack here.
Yeah. While you're doing that,
Lorraine's just gonna like dive into telling her they saw Carp. He came through. We were asking her about Moose. She mentioned this little boy. I asked her about his name. Carp. We had to go check with the innkeepers. He was here. He was here. He was here.
I don't think he is anymore, though. And at this point, Drake, would you say it's fair that after hearing that description of the man with Carp, that Vevin would connect her earlier vision of the man and the little boy?
On your wisdom saving throw, you wake up and that's not enough. Like, there's not enough in that you remember.
Okay.
Go, you know what? Roll Actually, I apologize. Roll an insight check for me.
I'm gonna get. I got a 19.
Nice.
Yeah, well, you can make that connection. On a 19, you can even make the connection that you're on the right track. That they were here, but they're no longer around.
Yeah, so I'm gonna share that. I had like a vision this morning of a man who fits a description with a small child, and they appeared to be going through a door or window. It was very blurry, but it doesn't make me feel they're around here anymore.
Did you see a dog?
I did not see a dog in my vision, did I, Dre?
Not that you remember.
Not that I remember. Sorry.
Do we know where we're headed? Are we at least do we
I
know where we're
see.
going to like? We're meeting up with Arthur to go somewhere. Are we going to where we think these people are, or is this unrelated?
From what I understand, yeah, y'all are still like this was the side stop, right? Like this was not. Y'all are trying to get back onto your. At least my impression is y'all are trying to get back on your like. Sildar, hey, take us to the ruins of Thunder Tree. Like that's the last thing we know. Like, y'all can tell me whether you get Harrison kind of up to speed on like Thunder Tree and Radoth and all those kinds of things.
Yeah, I assume
Yeah.
we. He's looking for his dog. His quest is similar to ours at this point.
It's not just a dog; it's a friend.
I'm sorry.
It's a dog.
I'm sorry.
Second of all, if that's where we're convinced they are, then Harrison's fully on board. He's ready to go. Though he is very transparent with the group that his only motivation is this dog, and he cares not for the boy.
He said it just like that.
Yeah.
You probably said that to like the worst two people. It's literally.
Well, we care not for the dog and only for the boy.
As you say that, Arthur, Sildar, I'd say Lysander and Horatio, y'all kind of y'all see this congregation of people. Like as they say that, you walk up.
Oh, hey.
I
Sorry,
think
what did they
Lorraine.
say?
Lorraine is shaken. She wants to like double check and make sure that there's no more information that we can get about where they went. She like is like dead set. We need to go talk to these two innkeepers.
Just Bevan's gonna tell her we just need to be quick, because the more time we waste, Carp is moving.
As is Moose.
As is Moose. I'll take the mended. What is it? The mended shack. The mended.
And the wheel.
The mended. What? I have it written down.
Well, Vevin, y'all would all recognize the Mended Spoke. That's where
Yeah.
that's where you stayed.
We
Yeah.
need to go back there to get our stuff anyway.
She said she didn't see Moose though. She already said she didn't see Moose. No dogs. No blonde mastiffs. So the other inn, I guess it could be where they were staying. The one we didn't
That
go to,
is
that we
so
just franchised.
That is such a smart observation.
We are now the owners of the other inn, so we can go there if we want
The
to.
golden one. We're going to the upscale.
Oh, I thought we were going to the shitty one.
No, the mended spoke was the mid tier. We
Yeah.
have to go to the high tier now. That was the shitty.
She said the mended spoke or the
Golden.
The Gilded Rose, the Mended Spoke, and the Broken Mug.
Oh, yeah. We franchised the Gilded Rose.
No, we
That's
franchised.
No, you did not.
Or is it
You franchised the Broken Mug. As you're
Okay.
realizing you did not read those documents as well as you thought you did.
Uh-oh.
That's fine. We can go to the other place. I just need to make sure that I don't come back.
Do
the
we
wrong
want
spot.
to split to cover time quicker? I'm worried about their movement pace.
Yeah, can we just skip this cutscene and find out what we want?
Yeah, well, we split.
We split.
Somebody just grab their stuff. Okay?
We split and agree to meet back with information.
All right.
Yeah.
We'll
Okay.
skip cutscenes. It is getting late. Good point. So those of you who goes to the Gilded Rose and who goes to the
I go,
We'll go to the Gilded Rose.
I'm with Bevan.
So I will say, like, just as a time saver, you do remember, you were addled, Lorraine, by taking 2 shotgun shells to the chest. But you do remember her saying that the man looked very like fancy and would have most likely stayed at a higher establishment. So you can pretty much rule out. I would say with that you'd probably rule out the Gilded Rose.
Broken
but-
Mud?
No, wait. We rule out the Gilded Rose?
Sorry, you rule out the Broken Mug as where he would have
Right.
where he would have stayed. But quickly, cutscene, yada yada yada. You find out, you go to the Gilded Rose. you actually find out that though he stayed in the Gilded Rose, go ahead and anyone that wants to give me an insight check. Give me whatever check you would make to try and get information from someone.
An insight.
Um,
Get information.
21.
21.
Continue.
And tell me, if you get above a 15, tell me what you used to get the information.
Oh boy. Lorraine's just asking questions and looking around.
Okay, you ask around, and you hear from some people, like the doorman was like, "Huh, the dog was all over the place. I was happy that they were barely here." You find out that he actually did spend a lot of time on the same side of town as the Broken Mug, at a place called the Shadow Shade Apothecarium. And you go to this Shadow Shade Apothecarium, and you find, like, this is, think like Nocturne Alley, dark, like cursed items, like dark arts, magical components. And you find out that he, once again, anyone that wants to can make one roll, some sort of like information gathering skill. If you get above a 15, nat 20,
Mm.
Wait, you
Hell
said
yeah.
any roll, Drake?
any roll.
Okay.
That's one intimidation.
Intimidation. You intimidate this guy, bunny in his face, gripping his teeth gnaw, like, "Where's Moose?" And he blubbering, just, "I don't know about any dog. I don't let dogs in my establishment. Oh my god! Oh my god!" He tells you that they bought a dark essence droplet, nightmare dust, an obsidian eye gem, and a necrotic vein orchid.
what the
And-
shiza? Somebody write that down.
Can we go through that shopping list real quick one more time?
Yeah, just
Yeah,
say that
dude,
again.
Let me do it this way.
You dropped those in the
Yeah, I'm gonna do it that way.
Discord.
And shit, real quick, like. Real quick, like.
We're dog-related items.
I have to say, I'm a little concerned
For
with those. Well, I was gonna say with the ingredients that were obtained.
Sounds fine.
No, it sounds like a pretty high potent ceremony
Yeah, that's intense.
situation.
Can I, at this point, ask the shopkeeper about the potions that I found and if he knows anything about them?
Ooh, I'll let you coast on his nat 20 intimidation. And he, very good call. This is someone who absolutely would know that information. So after being intimidated the fuck out of,
These are for.
yeah, you kind of coast in, and you find out that you have 3 elixirs. You have an elixir, a tonic, and a potion. You have an elixir of levitation, a transmutation tonic, and a potion of elemental resistance.
Sorry, one more time. Get me.
I
Elixir?
put it in the chat.
Oh, sweet.
Can Vevin, hearing the things he bought, can she do either an Arcana or a History check?
It'll be a give me either one, depending on what information you want.
Okay, they're rated the same. I don't know. I got a 4. I have no idea.
4. These, I mean, they could be cooking, like
Baking a cake,
baking a cake. So
Guys, I just think that's to be stressed about.
right? Let's find Moose.
let's find
It's
Moose.
just hyper expensive items, expensive cake.
Boom. All right. Cutscene done. To hey there, guys. Glad to see you back. Oh, thank you so much for rescuing me from that crazy guy. That was just such a time. I just felt like I was gathered up in his little necks, just roping me up. All of a sudden, you wrapped me up tight. Everything went black, and here I am. Right? Isn't that right, Sildar? Sildar has like a glassy expression. He's like, those rats. Oh my god, I can't believe I get chased by rats. And like cutscene over, y'all are in the wagon. any last minute business before you head out of the town?
Vevin's driving, or up front near it.
Of course, you're driving, and wouldn't you know it, you look next to you, and there's good old Arthur, still keeping you company, just having his hands on like a fake set of reins, just thinking that
Right.
he like moving forward, like you give a kid.
Yeah, the
Like
unplugged controller.
the very unplugged controller energy.
Yeah.
Sildar is giving you directions. Well, has given you directions and is just kind of walking next to the wagon. And y'all head off